right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I'm here. Let me say good morning, good morning, good morning. Good Sunday morning right here on the street, 919 FM. It's 9:12 a.m. I want to thank the Lord for reaching here safe and sound in the land of the living. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus, for small mercies. And of course, let me say good morning to my family, my husband, children, my grandchildren, my daughters-in-law. Good morning to all our radio listeners, our radio family. Good morning. I hope Tobago you're locked on, so let me say good morning to you. All right, so Trinidad and Tobago. It's my turn. All right, we're going to open the lines and take your calls on 342-0081, 466-5391, on our overseas line 718-874-3860. Oh boy, what a day, what a day. What is this? So guys, where are you? Where are my callers? You're going to sleep or what? All right, so if we don't have any calls this morning, let me go straight into an article or two. Let me see. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Sharon.
Good
morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning, Manu.
Well, you see no callers, but the phone ringing and we'll just anyway, morning to everybody. Mammy Sauce, 1285 past the street. Good morning, the Bonnet Garden, Mount Hope, all the Wilsons, the Edwards and Kwambachi, everybody. Let me say good morning to my girlfriend, Sharon. Good morning to Miss Friday. Good morning to Jackie and Jackie. Very good morning to you. Miss Gloria, Hyderabad. Mr. Napuna, good morning. Olga and Samoman. And all the people who I forget. Gemma and in Florida, Claudette and Jenny. Good morning to everybody. Love is the answer. Christmas coming. Give somebody something. Gone.
Caller, good morning.
Blessed love to you, Miss Sharon Felix.
Morning.
Praise the Lord. We are in the land of the living to see another day in Jesus' name. And your family. Blessed love to Mano. I'm there. I should be number one. Yes. Blessed love to the Titans family this morning. Special love to Dr. Rowley and his family and colleagues of this nation of Trinidad and Tobago. And a special love again to Iwer George and his family. Blessed love for having us here to learn our views on this radio station. And Mommy Sauce, Angie, Iver, and all the rest of the Titans. Blessed love, Miss Thomas. Blessed love to you. Yes, Miss Sharon, I'm just coming from the market. So you know, I am there locked on, and let God be the glory. Right? Yes, I'm really there to, to keep your company until.
Thank you very much.
Blessed love, yes.
Thank you very much. All right, so we lost that call. Overseas line. Call me back, overseas caller. All right. Caller, good morning.
Right. Happy morning to everyone.
Morning. Which number is that?
466.
Right, okay, good. Same to you, Angie, darling.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Caller, good morning.
And that we are alive to see each other's face, girl.
Oh, yes.
Glory and praise to Jesus' name for his redeeming grace.
Mm-hmm.
He has preserved us by his power divine to full salvation here. Again, in Jesus' name we join and in his sight we do appear. Because sure no trouble we all have seen. What conflict have been past, fighting it out and fears with him since we assembled us. Good morning, sweetheart.
Morning,
good
my
morning,
darling.
Jakey. Good morning, Isa. Morning, Angie. I know we are sending them on. Give me my morning. I go ahead and give me mine, sir.
Good morning, my darling. How are you today?
No, I talk about Angie. You were all right. You see that she could speak in it without I recognizing? She can't speak in there without warning everybody. I just call your name. Don't come afraid to call mine. You're my friend from the morning. Good morning to Francine. I know you're locked on and you're listening to that. And good morning to Mr. Chance Jenny. Good morning to Miss Thomas. Oh, God, poor me. All in all, this is how I just do the thing, man. And let's forget to have a good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. And I don't hear waiting on a physiotherapist, Sharon, I'm frightened.
What happened?
I have so much pain. He coming in and inflict my pain. It's Gloria, good morning, 1087. It's 1087.
1285.
85, good morning, honey, buddy. Malcolm and Jenna, good morning out there. Miss Rowley. I can remember Dr. Rowley, do you remember, And happy belated birthday to our wonderful working Prime Minister. Sharon, it was so busy this yesterday to get to him.
Yeah.
You understand? But I know everything is all right with him, and we all are praying for him. And here now, be careful. I don't hear what the Prime Minister say. That man does prophesy when he talk, Be careful when he preaches. Or they get a chance, but a little want to listen to the opposition who want a little God. You understand? So Sharon, we will all look up listen to your wonderful program today.
Thank you very much, my dear.
Welcome, honey.
Thank you. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon.
Good morning.
And how are you?
I'm good.
I'm glad God bring you there safely.
Yes.
And I want to say good morning to all the staff and management of 91.9 FM.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning to Mr. Chance, Jenny. Well, I just hear Madam Tuna. I hear her. She'll be cool out too. She'll be good though. Good morning to all the rest of the callers and listeners of this station. And Sharon. I need you out here. You can call
I
her.
was calling and try time I take the call.
It's cut off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to say good morning to your family also. And Sharon, be safe on the road. And we shouldn't say because the rain falling today. So be safe on the road, okay?
Thank you very much.
Have a blessed one.
All right, you too. Caller, good morning. Caller, good morning.
Yes. And let us say a special prayer for all the haters.
Caller.
Hello?
Caller.
Yes?
I don't think you now start to listen to the radio, man.
All right, okay. I want us to say a special prayer for all the haters and prophets of doom in Trinidad and Tobago. Right?
Yeah.
Hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
And let us hope and pray for a better tomorrow. And Sharon, I just WhatsApp you every day. You don't even look at them. Because I know you're busy. But still look at them now. Mama Guy, me.
Well, I don't Mama Guy people, so I wouldn't be able to do you that.
Okay.
Thank you. Overseas caller, good morning.
Blessed morning to you, Sharon.
Hey, Teresa, how are you?
Good. I'm just calling to say good morning to you and your family. Good morning to Bruce, Mr. Chance, Jenny, Mr. and Mrs. Gibson, Mommy Sauce, my girlfriend Pat Warren, my family Valerie, morning Audra, and everybody else, and morning to all the Titans. I just called to say blessed morning, and you have a good day, my darling, all right? I'll be here listening, okay?
Thank you, my
Take
love.
care. Love you.
Love you too. Caller, good morning. Deep South. Get you. Deep South morning. Deep South.
Hello.
I know, say like you'd gain my sign language.
No, for what?
Well, I ain't hearing you.
I feel somebody dig up with something inside here. I just have a feeling somebody dig up with something inside it. But when you come on, I feel like you was getting some trouble and the phone was ringing and you say nobody here calling. But let me just say good morning to you, good morning to the good, the bad, and the ugly. And to all of the listeners of this program. So I know what is your topic for this morning, but I looked on and listening.
All right, my darling.
But not all right yet. I ain't done.
All right.
Yeah, and I hear a beautiful voice this morning asking me good morning to that special lady.
Who is that boy?
She just asked.
Yes.
Good morning to her.
All right.
But Sharon, let me thing. You see the ratings I given Dr. Rowley? I ain't given no other prime minister the ratings. And this is no joke what I'm telling you. Because this man hold government in the worst time of this country. And things happening. You know when I ready, I just cussed to her.
Oh, God,
because I just,
don't cuss, eh?
I ain't cussing no, you know.
All right, okay.
Because I just feel, well, you know, activists have to be treated better. But when coming to running the country, I think is the best prime minister ever passed through this country. He hold power in the worst times, in the more rainy times of this country, and things happening. So I want to say, go for it, Rowley boy, go for it. You understand? And belated happy birthday to him.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah. So I looked on and listening to you, Sharon. You know, if the paper go burst early, if it go burst late, but I looked on.
I know if it's tiny paper to burst yet, no? I'm waiting.
So, what you telling me that you ain't bringing back the this morning then?
Well, I'm trying to get him here and saying the phone. I don't know if the coldness just caused him not to hear good, me, you know?
Well, call Super Farm and see if we go for Pampers this morning. I go on.
Overseas caller, good morning.
Praise the Lord. Good morning, Sister Sharon. How are you?
Morning, I'm good.
Well, thank God. I just want to say good morning to all of Trinidad and Tobago. God bless our Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley. And I want to say, like Harvey Boris, I love my country. Sister Sharon, I tell you, the heat is on out here. Election is next Monday. So we just have to trust God for the right thing to happen for America. It was the battle for the Red House when I was in Trinidad. Now I'm okay. It's the battle for the White House.
Red and white.
So there's a lot going on, but God is good.
Okay.
Prayer warriors, watchmen on the wall, pray for America. We need the prayers. And God bless you all. Be blessed, Sister Sharon, in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right. All right, let me take a call or two. Caller, good morning.
Oh, good morning, Nana.
Go down your radio, or you will deafen me. Oh, Lord.
Oh, sorry about that, man.
Right.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning to all the Titans. Morning to the staff on 91.9 and all the brethren and sisters. And just a blessed morning to Dr. Rowley this morning. Stay strong, my brother. And I go and hit the beach tomorrow bright and early. They'll guide.
the way you can, you're doing your best. And as you say, we all in this together.
Together.
That guy is my sister.
Yes. Very well seen. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know I tried to call you whole morning. I called in the wrong number. What is wrong with me?
you must get too much orders.
Hey, Sharon.
They call him 324 all the time.
Yeah, but you know, I just called this morning to say good morning to everyone. And also I just want to say thank you for you and Bruce for having us on Friday. It has been a blessing. And must say we have been receiving a lot of calls for our product.
Mm-hmm.
And we are very, very thankful because, you know, we can always call and talk about doom and gloom, but when you see good things happening and you're seeing blessings coming your way, you must say thanks. So thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome, darling.
Thank you to all the listeners who are more than willing to support us. And we just say thanks. We just say thanks. We love you and appreciate it.
So let me ask you now, you're not cooking, you're only making soap.
Well, girl, listen now. Up to my eye, and a lot of people ordering the coconut oil, which I'm thankful, but it's the availability of the coconut. So I just have everybody, you know, on hold and tell them I'll get to them. But other than that, you know, we're trying to see to all the requests and, you know, get them out on Tuesday. Most people have been called, but we're thankful.
Excellent.
Because, you know, every little cent could for plug
I know.
Mm-hmm. Because we laugh on the line, and if they ain't coming out yet, which I agree with Dr. Rowley, it means that us creatives may not even start to work. I'm looking at next year right now. So to pushing these products and these soaps and these sales is a blessing for us. At least we can pay a bill, eat something, you know, that kind of way. So
y'all are these singing soap makers.
Oh, God, something like that.
SFM.
I tell you.
We love so that we listening.
Do not forget my coffee soap.
Yeah, I have it on the list, Sharon. I just have to call you when I bring it in. We will get it on Tuesday.
Okay, my darling. Yes.
Don't worry. All of that organized.
All right.
I'll bring something extra for you, but I'm going to tell you online because people might go crazy.
Oh, no.
I'll try it on you first because I use it, and when you see it start to glow, and you go on that TV screen on that computer and they see on YouTube, they go, boy, no, Sharon, what are you using? It's glowing.
I hear you, darling.
But have a blessed day.
Nothing with you.
All right, now, Nigel.
Have a blessed day, be safe, and I'll see you soon.
You know, yesterday, I nearly go to call you all, but girl, my head, you know, I have a brain that's go 24
No. You have a lot going on. And if you think of something and something distracts you, that thought goes out of your head and you forget
one time.
You know, yeah.
I went
to
Moruga yesterday.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah, boy. But I went yesterday to start the process.
Right,
so when we were passing, I said, oh, gosh. I even tried to call. I was trying to get a number for a gentleman in Faizabad who said he has some lemon and thing for me. Yeah, but we just couldn't get him, so we said we could have another time here.
Yeah. All right, we want as you see that we want to try lemon zest soap.
Good.
That's an also to lighten skin. You know, we just do a lot of research and educate ourselves. But
yes.
More in time to come.
All right, my darling.
All right, you'll stay safe.
Okay, love. Care. Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.
You all are too sweet. I want to say, I especially too want to thank all of you who would have called me for the number for Marissa and for Nigel. And I want to thank you all for patronizing. You know, it's good sometimes for us to do things in-house. And we're looking at something similar, but we will tell you about it a little later on. But let me just say it again. I want to thank all the people who have continued to donate to us, Titans of Democracy, to help us to help other people. Yesterday, I would have gone down to Moruga. So what I did is, like the lemon man calling me, I will call you back, darling. What we did is, yesterday we're going to transfer Miss Bernard into an apartment. So we have paid the rent and so on. And we're going to go in now, break down the older structure to the front, and start doing what we have to do. So, guys, don't feel not because you hear me say, oh, God, it complete. No, it was a process to do everything. So, we get in there, and we'll be showing you pictures of how we're doing things and how we're spending money and what we're doing. All right? There are people who still want to help and stuff. No problem. If you want to, I will direct you how to do it. So it does that. And we have a lot of things doing, So I'll keep you posted as to how everything is going to unfold. But right now, we organizing. I want to thank my friend from Long Island. I collected the tablets. I'm waiting to collect some more, and then we're going to tell you everything we're doing and how we're doing it. So Trinidad and Tobago and the world by extension, listen again, I want to thank all of you for your support. You have done so willingly, and you have, entrusted me and Bruce and the team to do things on behalf of you. So, guys, we want to thank you all so much, yeah? And accountability is my first and foremost responsibility to you. All right? Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Sarah.
Morning.
God will bless you, darling. Don't worry. This is Miss Moore.
Nora, you changed your number. You're sick.
No, darling. I have a new phone for my birthday. So the other phone don't have no money, so I have to ring on this phone, darling.
Okay, my love. All right.
I love you for that. That's why I love you so. You're straightforward.
You're straight
and
as
you're
a pin.
very honest, just like me. I don't mix matters neither. Okay, darling?
Yes.
God bless.
Thank you, my love.
All the best for you. They are listening.
Okay, darling.
Cooking and listening, darling. Okay? Bye-bye.
Right.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Okay, Ann.
Yeah.
And one thing I didn't say, but I forgot, when people give me things, I would share it. And at this time, I would give away anything I have once somebody wanted, and I don't have the need for it. And I want to say that I bought Miss Bernard's daughter a phone. I went online while I was doing all the online purchasing or whatever. I bought her a phone out of the funding somebody sent to me. Can't remember who it was. So I bought her a telephone because her phone crashed and the mother phone alone. So in the event of anything, there is no communication. So I bought her a phone yesterday. I dropped it off. I know she didn't see it yet. So she might see it today. Sometime coming up here is her birthday. So when I tell you nice people, contented, that is these people. No hassle, no confusion, grateful for everything. That is these people. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Sarah, morning.
Morning, my darling. How are you doing?
Yes.
How's your wife?
Nice. Yeah, she's good.
Nice.
She's real good. We be listening every morning, But Sharon, it's nice to see the speed you're going at. Keep it just so. You're a good person, the way you have to do. From the time I know you, you've been helping a lot. A lot of unfortunate people. And that's what I like you for. So let's keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. And when it comes close to the 5, coming close, then we go start. Right? Then we go start. No, don't start too soon.
Yeah.
Don't start too soon, man. Enjoy the victory. Things going nice. Let me wish the Prime Minister a happy belated birthday. And I love how he's looking, relaxed, smiling, and they're working. This government is working, right? Dr. Pashram and all the team, we thank you for what you are doing to safeguard the population of Trinidad and Tobago. We appreciate it, the methodology that you all are using, right? We appreciate it, and we will work with you all. Put on your mask, social distancing, washing your hands, and we will bring that curve down. Right, Sharon, and also, let me say good morning to Mr. Chance and family, Teresa Conliffe, Mommy Sauce, and all the sources, Ms. Cummins, Sasky, Wayne, Clement, and Sazando Panyard, and you're listening, right, Sharon, and keep up the good work. You just keep up the good work, and whatever you're doing, we're backing you, and we're supporting you, right? So we are here listening, right? You all have a good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Morning.
This morning I heard a service, and the pastor said that the Prime Minister only gives the church 1 hour to have the service. But what I think yesterday, what I heard the Prime Minister said, he said you can have your service 1 hour, space off, then the next hour, you have a next service, and then the next service, and do it like that. But just don't crowd up the people together. Why are they doing this? Why are they telling on truth? The Prime Minister didn't say have only 1 hour service. He said have an hour service, have a space, and then you have a next hour, and keep on. So you have your service instead of having it with this bundle of people and crowding up the place and making a mess. It doesn't make sense. You understand? Look, this morning I watching CNN, I hear the Vice President of America. Right now he get the virus. So the virus have no respect of person. If anybody could get this, you hear? Okay. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Overseas caller. All right, we lost that call. Deep South.
Oh, sorry.
Oi.
Well, the next time you're going back down there, I kind of fall in love with the beachfront, eh? Yeah. The next time you're going back down there, because you know I went down there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I will call you in truth.
I kind of fall in love with the beachfront. So I tell myself, well, I should realize the beach open thing now, so I could go down there and bust a lime
and that's it, when you're now going down to her.
When you know past the police station on the right hand side, when you make the left.
Yes.
Yeah. And the beach was looking, the sea was looking kind of nice and thing. Nice facility, man.
Yeah, cool.
So I feel we go have a ball down there. We go bubble a little photo, some kind of thing sometime. Once job from it. You know?
Thank
I
you,
kind of fall in love with that beachfront.
All right.
All right, I'm looking forward for your thing-a-ling.
All right.
When I say that, I mean your call, eh?
Yes, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, see you. All right, guys. Well, Wendell said to me he's on his way coming down the road, so I wasn't hearing from him according to Deep South. I didn't know if he went to buy Pampers, but anyhow, suffer it to be so, he's on his way. So, guys, let me just see. Let me take this call. What's up, caller? Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm good. I just want to say good morning to the people at Trinidad and Tobago. You see you next day. And just also wish the Prime Minister happy belated birthday. And Sharon, I give you the last caller. I think, you know what I realize in this country and all over the world, we have a lot of selfish individuals, selfish people that lack empathy and they don't care about nobody, only making money. And they don't care how much people will hurt. I want to have a good Christmas this year, you know. I know so do you and thousands of Trinidadians. And if God forbid that we get our next spike of corona, how people will do the Christmas shopping? But we have people here only studying to make money. They just don't care at all. I want to have a good Christmas. I want to eat ham, lamb, and jam. I don't want to end up in the ICU bed for Christmas time. You want to end up like that, Miss Felix? Nobody don't want to end up in the hospital for Christmas time. And like people don't understand. I was watching the news, I was watching the news, and this so-called joker saying that the coronavirus will just go away. Mr. Biden tell the American people are going fast. It's going to be a hard winter.
Very hard.
It's going to be very hard because people will be indoors and the virus will spread. And they warning people, do not go to Thanksgiving. Do not have no family join up because you don't know where this thing will spread during Thanksgiving. But people just can't. But I don't understand. And I hope this message will pass on to the people who want to celebrate Diwali. They don't listen. Few people think, oh, look at what's going on. Anyway, they're trying to grab straws, just like the so-called man who want to bust the mark about implicating 3 PNM members in Asusu. Anyway, I go and shout. Have a good day.
Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Miss Sharon Felix.
Morning.
You know who calling?
This looking like First Citizen.
Yes, Miss Sharon.
How you going?
I hear you. I there for you. I've been to washing here. I just realized, next month, the 16th is my birthday, so I got a telephone too.
You ain't.
Oh, good. I said, now let me try and get Sharon to remind you that next month is my birthday, right? Oh, God, I think you must have.
Yeah. All right, Daddy.
I've been a little washing here again.
Okay, hon. Enjoy.
All right.
All right.
I'm listening.
All right.
Good.
All right. So, my job, I feel, is sometimes to come and try to clean up what is said. And a problem we have in this country is we don't listen. We don't take time to listen. Or, mischievously, we will take out what we want so that we can try to use it for our own benefit. But yesterday, I heard the Prime Minister said several things. Several things. Now, let me just put this on the record. Now, I am no defender of Dr. Rowley or anybody. I'm a defender of what is right from what is wrong. I'm a defender of nonsense for good sense. And sometimes, somebody said it a while ago, we must stop being selfish and to take into consideration all of us, not just I, myself and I. I don't know how to please persons in this world. What do you do to please everyone? I ask the question. Because sometimes it makes you figure that you're in the wrong place. The Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is for all, not for some. He's for all, not for some. And I want to ask the question this morning. Do you want us to open up? Open up. Everything go back to normal. And then we just falling like flies because here what? We don't have spaces in which to deal with issues when it comes up. Hospitals are crowded. That's what's happening in other parts of the world. You have to try to control this. And let me tell Trinidad and Tobago and the world listening something. You can't be ignorant to the fact that you're sounding so stupid. I am saying that this morning. I want to ask a question here. If you know leaving your home and opening your door, and when you open the door, you'll be slashed across your face, would you do it? I'm just asking a question. Or would you stay inside to be safe? The choice is yours. What is the issue? Or you're making a big bacchanal if the beaches are open from 6 to 6. And you have to be responsible. He said the rivers and where else that is closed. You know why? Because we go to the rivers to carry on big lime and cook. And when you drink your rum, you go forget that you're supposed to wear the mask. What it is all you want in this world? God tell us to, he give us 5 senses. He said, use them wisely. So like one of all your sense controlling all you to do stupidness? I don't understand that. If it was another person's gift doing what is happening now, would this be the same talk? Or you all would have been contented? Is it because he's too black? I'm just asking questions. You know, sometimes it really, really irk me. And this is nonsense. Adults, mature people carrying on the conversation. Some of all your young people, all your head, not on all your head, shoulder, on all your shoulders, you know. God tell us to be reckless. I don't understand. I really don't understand. Trying to understand. Somebody help me now.
There has been a great anticipation of the recreation that comes about when we interact with the water. So beaches and waters around the country, coastal waters around Trinidad and Tobago will now be available for the population to use. So you can go to the beach. But please, people of Trinidad and Tobago, all of them don't run to Maracas Beach tomorrow. Because that is precisely what we don't want. Do not, or Crown Point, Pigeon Point, all of you don't run down there tomorrow. Because if you do that, you would create the exact environment that we are trying to avoid. Because, if you all run out to Pigeon Point or to Maracas, Las Cuevas tomorrow, and all of you do what the human beings do, you go there to meet people. Because that's what you do. You want to go to be seen there, you want to go to meet people, you want to be there because the lime and the action is there, the COVID is there too. So please, if you want to go to the beach tomorrow or day after or very soon, it would be very advisable to go to another beach which you haven't gone to for a long time. Explore another beach tomorrow. Don't all congregate on the popular beaches tomorrow or during the week, because you will be creating a dangerous environment. And one or two super spreaders in or out of a bikini walking through the crowd. And the next thing we're going to get from Dr. Parasram is a report that there has been an upsurge in COVID, and when we trace it, it's going to be traced to one of our popular beaches, and exactly what we have been trying to avoid would have occurred. We could say no use of the beach and no use of the rivers. We are saying now today, no use of rivers and ponds and cooking and partying, not even on the beach. No partying, because that is when you do what we're asking you not to do, which is don't congregate and keep your spacing, keep your physical distancing. The partying will come later, but right now, not. And we have not today opened up rivers and ponds. We've opened up all the coastline. So let's, for the moment, and while you're on land, I mean, we don't expect you to wear a mask when you go into the water. But when you come out of the water and you're on the beach among people, make sure you put your mask on.
I want to know what is so difficult in doing so. What is so difficult that we didn't understand? What is so difficult? Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has announced adjustments to the COVID-19 restrictions, including a full return of public servants to work from Monday and the reopening of gyms, places of worship, cinemas, and members' club with some discipline. With some discipline and adherence to the laws and the rules. However, the announcement brought continued disappointment for restaurant owners and bar operators, who have been told that they will have to wait at least another week, 2 weeks, before any consideration can be given to them reopening in full. No immediate concessions were made for in-house dining, at bars and restaurants. For now, restaurants and bars will continue to operate takeaway services only. Dr. Rowley said this category carries the greatest amount of difficulty due to the nature of the behavior of people going to the bars and restaurants. According to the Prime Minister, in justifying his decision, alcohol have a way of making sensible people act in a less than sensible way. Meanwhile, public groups of no more than 10 people remain in place. The Prime Minister made the announcement at a news conference on Saturday at the Scarborough Library facility in Tobago. Dr. Rowley, who cautioned against complacency and tiredness, was observing the safety regulations, urged the nation not to mistake this easing as total removal of the regulations, as it could again result in a super spreading of the virus. The Prime Minister said the main threat associated with COVID-19 virus was the gathering of people. Limiting personal interactions is the most effective method of reducing and eliminating infection rates, he said. The Prime Minister said he recently lost a close friend and neighbor to COVID-19, and that brought the message home to him personally. I myself lost 2 persons that I knew. One of them that I knew very, very well, and that's Polly's son. So when it starts to hit home to you, is when you would understand. It's more than just a number. It's more than just a name when you are directly affected, he said. Rowley said while the nation's borders will remain closed for a bit longer, the authorities had increased efforts to repatriate nationals who remain stranded abroad. Meanwhile, he spoke of the improved measures to tag people who are returning, as he said they now possesses the necessary technology to remotely monitor those who would be placed in quarantine and to ensure they adhere to the public health regulations and directives to remain isolated. The committee comprising the Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, and the Attorney General will look at implementing monitoring software that can remotely monitor people who come into the country. Trinidad and Tobago, I want to stop here and return after the ads. I'm asking you not to shift your dial. And please share the live. We're on Facebook, the Street 919 FM, and we're on YouTube on Street live stream. We'll be back. Don't shift your dial.
You are in for a treat.
A Christmas treat. This year, tune into 919 FM
to experience a radio production event never heard of or seen before in Trinidad and Tobago.
For the next 91 days, turn on Street 919 FM for a true Trini Christmas every day.
Teaching you what a Trini Christmas is all about. From October 1st to December 31st, enjoy daily
Christmas recipes,
Christmas greetings and blessings.
Hey, this is Uncle Crazy Boy. Merry Christmas!
Christmas stories from the greats.
And of course,
Parang Soca, and homegrown Christmas classics. It's a true Trini Christmas
on the Street 91.9 FM. Crazy! For 91 days.
Don't miss a minute of it.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
I hear a ponging on me door, darling. Who you looking for? This is Kenny G, and I'm inviting you to my virtual Christmas performance on Saturday, the 31st of October, 2020, from 8 p.m. in the comfort of your homes with family and friends. Streaming on Facebook at Iwer George and YouTube, on Iwer TV and Instagram at Iwer George. Feel free to make a donation. I want me brush, neighbor. Give me brush, neighbor. Yeah,
United Public Officers will be live on the street 919 FM this and every Monday from 10:15 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as they discuss matters of the PSA under the current administration and the way forward. On November 23rd, say no to Watson Duke and put your ex by the star at the PSA general elections. Vote for Oral Saunders of the United Public Officers for President. United Public Officers restore, rebuild, and revive. Remember, on November 23rd, put your ex by the star and join the winning team.
The parang song is sweeter. I love the bass and guitar. I want parang forever. Yes, my friend invited to a parang party. It was an all-inclusive soca parang party. And when I reached here, music at me leisure. I fell in love with the place. Everybody happy. Like Papi Lord, glad when it's Christmas time, glad when it's Christmas time. To the ghost tree they're going, the whole house they're painting, some sewing and cooking. Since July the wine set, the quattro start to echo. It's your boy Daddy Chiny, aka the crossover artist, aka the Parangdero. And here we're going on. You can catch me live in the Parang Jam, one-on-one on Iowa stage, 8 p.m., 7th of November, streaming live on my Facebook page, Ricardo Melville, yes, my government name, on Instagram at Daddy Chiny, and on Facebook at Neil Iwer George, also on YouTube on Iwer TV, and Instagram at Iwer George. Tell a friend.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iwer Stage.
Frame Festival is on at Value Optical. See 2020 in 2020. That's right, folks. The biggest eyewear event is back. Featuring 5 trendy designer brands. Get up to a whopping 30% off your complete specs when combined with Transitions, Apex digital lenses, and Supernova anti-reflective coating. Plus, enter to win trendy swag items to complete your look with each purchase. Come on, let your eyes do the talking this season. Special conditions apply. See in-store and online for more details. Promotion approved by NLCB. See 2020 in 2020. Value Optical, caring for your eye.
When it comes to healthcare, you deserve the best. Do you suffer from low energy, anxiety, or constipation? Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins provides you with the best services of iridology exam, blood analysis, ionic foot detox, followed by a soothing foot massage. We also provide the best organic supplements. We are located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria. Or call us at 288-1108 or 275-8359. Join us on the street 919 FM. Every Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. for Health and Wealth Lifestyle with Nicole Huggins.
The Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James is now on the street 919 FM every second, third, and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday. The Bible says, the Gospel of the Kingdom shall be preached in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end shall come. For more info, call 652-0924 or 298-4540 and join us every second, third, and fourth Thursday from 8 to 9 p.m. and every first and third Sunday from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Monday for the Gospel of the Kingdom radio program with Gilbert James.
Season it. Season it. Season your meat. Yeah, all the year we're going on. The 24th of October, iBongo Sphere will be live one-on-one. You understand? On Iowa Stage. Yeah, 8 p.m. The 24th of October, I will be live on Iowa Stage. Yeah, and we're streaming on Facebook at Neil Iwer George, streaming on YouTube at Iwer TV, and on Instagram at Iwer George. Yeah, I will be streaming live from my vibes too. You don't know that on Facebook is Bongo Sphere. And on Instagram is at Gerald Johnson. You understand? So it's a date and don't be late. It's Paranga bringing to put on your plate. Yeah, ERX. Season your meat and make it sweet. 8 p.m. the 24th. Boom! Iowa Stage.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iwer Stage.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
Here's your opportunity to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly and guests as they lead in worship ministries of the Word and Prayer. That's every Sunday at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to midnight on the street 919 FM, where we deal with today's issues from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. You'll be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Your life and family will never be the same. You are welcome to visit our website, www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Like us on Facebook. Your financial support will be greatly appreciated. Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank. You can contact us at 753-1113.
Levette HFB Spa now offers the best fat-burning technologies available today. You can lose 2 to 8 centimeters of belly fat per treatment in just 40 minutes. Stubborn belly fat, back fat, or love handles are no match for our combined treatment approach. Sculpt, tighten skin, and contour your body with no downtime and see immediate results. Look it, feel it, Levette. Call now, 674-5015, and come in for a free assessment. Levette, perfect health discovered.
We know the streets because we talk to the street.
Come talk with us on the street 919 FM.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know what's going on here. Jeez and ages. All right, so we're back, and I have Wendell in studio with me here this morning. Good morning, Wendell. Trying to get my music, but I don't know what's going on.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All the listeners internationally, our CARICOM brothers and sisters who locked on. I'm Sharon, I must say, I received a message on my Facebook. I don't know, people all in Aruba listening to us. We have Trinidadians in Aruba.
Where's the message you get? Where's the message you get?
The love our program started on. This wasn't from Aruba.
Listen, I was to play back the commentary, you know.
You played back?
But they called for that Monday morning. I was to play it back, so, you know.
We're here for the second day today.
Oh, God. I'm trying to get my music. What's going on here? Hey. What kind of dotishness is this? The devil real busy in this place, you know. God. Get the hens, you hear?
Get the hens, Satan.
I don't understand that.
No music at all?
No. I'm going to call Glenda. I can't even say, well, I will put on something. Ah, gosh, cheese and ages, what is this? Anyhow, well, I stopped at a place. I don't understand what's going on here. I'm kind of lost. Let me see if I hear back myself. Wait. Well, I hear in the computer. I hear in my back from the Facebook. What's going on here? All right. What I do? I got to talk a cappella. What I do? All right. So Trinidad and Tobago. Let me continue reading where I left off. Bars, restaurants blanked again. Jesus Christ. Right. So, a committee comprising the Minister of Health, Minister of National Security, and the Attorney General will look at implementing monitoring software, what we was now talking about, that can remotely monitor people who come into the country. The technology now is allowed to have persons monitored at home and their vitals monitored by the health department to see whether, in fact, they are symptomatic or the virus, the Prime Minister said. Commending the health authorities for implementing safety measures from the onset, as he said this had placed Trinidad and Tobago in a more stable position when compared to other territories. The Prime Minister added that while the country's infection rate had plateaued, he was particularly concerned about the infection rate from repatriated people, which was estimated to be around 11%. When the issue of children being at home and requiring parental supervision was raised, Dr. Rowley said the government could not undertake that cost, and he advised people to speak with their respective supervisors. Prime Minister's announcement: all churches will be open for services, no more than an hour at 50% capacity. Members will have to also observe social distancing protocols. The public service will be out in full capacity. Permanent secretaries, managers, and supervisors will have to ensure that workplace distancing is observed, in addition to proper sanitizing and no congregating in groups. Gyms can resume operations, however, at 50% capacity from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. daily. Casinos, cinemas, theaters, and members' clubs can resume operation at 50% capacity. No food and drinks allowed from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that is for you not to be exposed to be talking and the spit flying and the fumes all over the place. So it's either we want it so or we don't want it. Make up all your mind. Beaches along the country's coastlines are now open, but this does not include rivers or ponds. And you know, when we go by the river or the pond, we want to cook and lime, big lime. Hotels and guest houses can also now open pools to their guests. Daycares and schools remain closed for the time. Tertiary and training institutes that provide training for practical programs such as labs and flight training school that cannot be done online. You could see a man online performing his lab duties, or he flying a plane online. So that can also resume once an exemption is granted from the Ministry of Health to do so. Trinidad and Tobago. What we don't understand. let me take this time out to say happy birthday to right, I get it. Praise the Lord. Let me take time out to say happy birthday to a very loyal and avid listener of the Titans of Democracy and the Street 919 FM. Happy birthday to you, Elizabeth. I hope that you enjoy your day today, and all that you ask the Lord and pray for, you get it in abundance, and that your children give you a happy day today and grandchildren. And from us here on the Street 919 FM, and especially Titans of Democracy, we send birthday greetings to you and have a good, lovely day today. You know we love you here. All right? So, Trinidad and Tobago, I said it for you. Wendell, you here? Wendell, what's going on?
Yes, good morning, Chad. I heard you read that yesterday. I listened also to the Prime Minister update, and he talked about the church, and I felt happy to know that when he said the church place of worship, he included in the opening up, and with the 50%, and he said it shouldn't be more than an hour.
Yeah. But it doesn't say that you can't have more than one service.
No, for what I think, some churches now will have to work in a way where they have to rotate their service, so they can have 2 or 3 services a day. Because if you notice, I don't know if you ever went to the church on Besant Street there, they have church on mornings and on the evening.
Which one is that?
The one opposite by the police station.
Yes,
there. Deliverance Temple.
Deliverance Temple.
Yeah.
I went there twice
and
or 3
then
times.
in Tunapuna, it have one opposite Mooside, which is a Deliverance Temple also too.
The Catholic churches do it, you know.
Yeah, the Catholic churches have sometimes they have 3 mass,
have
6 o'clock
in
mass,
the morning,
12 o'clock mass, and
like, okay, so let us come to an agreement, right? You can have about 5 services for the day. 6 o'clock in the morning. You could have 10 o'clock. You could have 1 o'clock.
Yes.
You could have, you understand? You can space it out and have.
And our service is I find is a lot could take place in our time. In our time, you have to know how to conduct. You could put, because some people that say that what the 3 hours to do with. And make altar call and all this. You can make altar call. But you can
separate it and do different things in the different hours.
Yes, and then not only that, they could also stream their service live, because a lot of pastors have been doing that, operating. You see, bishop and wife preaching and they operating from home, and the members still listening and taking in the service. But now they're congregated. Now they're getting to meet in person. And I don't see it any problem like you having 50% of your membership at one time of the service. So if your membership is 120 and you're 60, you could have one 9 o'clock, you could have one on especially Sunday, you could say those who could come for 12 o'clock, then you could have one 3 o'clock, and then you goes until 10 o'clock. So then you could even have one 7 o'clock.
Exactly.
7 p.m. Right?
And you will get the same amount of contributions in all of them. You might get more.
The same love offering. The same love offering you could get. You could still say about it.
Because if there is the issue for some people, they will still get the contributions.
Yeah, they will still
get 6 o'clock.
Yes.
You could get 8 o'clock. You could get 10 o'clock. You could get 2 o'clock. You could get 4 o'clock. You could get 7 o'clock.
Yeah, and if you're not really studying the word of God, because God said go into the world and preach the gospel free. And if you're talking about a love kerchief, you could still say send your love kerchief. You could still say send your love offering. You could still say send your special money for prayer, for our prayer service, and God will do things for you. And all they say, people wouldn't stop, right?
Then we talk about the bars.
You could still have your donations in your church for members. They give donations and all the different things. So I don't think it have any problem.
Let me just say what I'm saying too. We have a lot of reckless people, and do not use my health for your recklessness. Right? You want our birthday party, you want our lime, you want our this. In this time, what is so difficult if you have a virtual party? So we have to have this big lime and a big party. And then when you finish the day after tomorrow, you remember You remember what happened some time ago with the engagement over down the islands? You remember how many people had to go and test? It just take one person, you know. Is it that we're so reckless we don't care about other people because I want to have a birthday party or I want to have a lime or I want to do this, or they just don't care about nobody else? Let me tell all of this. Here I ask a question, and I ask it this morning. If we had another prime minister of a different race, would the population behave the way they behave now? Some of you all? Would that have happened? Look, let me just say, the whole thing is, we have to adhere to the rules and regulations. Let me see if I could pull up to tell you the COVID update and see what will come up.
It reached over 40 million.
In Trinidad and Tobago, we have 5,503 confirmed cases plus 16. Deaths, we have 105 plus 1. Recovered, 4,018 plus 73. I see. I don't know what this plus underneath is for. I don't know if this is what is to come or however.
Yeah. Global
cases confirmed 42,000.
42 million.
42 million, sorry. 7,661, 230. Deaths is 1 million plus.
151,225.
Recovered is?
28,827,223. So you could see. And then it have an increase in the spike in Boston. Boston increased by 5.7%. And then
look here.
Yeah, then we have the government, the mayor of Boston, where he imposed a remote schooling now. So which meaning the children no longer going to school physically. And then after what take me back to, he said that a lot of people keeping indoors activities, and that is the mayor of Boston, and they inviting people who have the sickness, and they're bringing the sickness home, and they're trying now to the mayor trying to see if he could cope that now by asking people not to keep activities at home and limit families from coming and visit, because the COVID really get out of hand. Because if you all listen to the debate on Thursday going between the president and his running mate, and where the president really make a mockery where this COVID-19 is concerned with his people, because when he tell them it's just around the corner, if we get 100,000 deaths, we do good. And he wasn't putting precautionary measures like telling them to social distancing, wearing masks. Now you're hearing the science personnel in America saying that you have to make masks mandatory now to wear it.
No, they want to cuss me. I tell you, one come up here this week carrying on about how the government saying about wear masks and they must give we masks, sophisticated masks. And wherever. The government give out masks. In the early part of this thing, they were giving masks free. Masks was free, given all over the place. Our Women's League made how many thousands of masks and give it away. Other persons were doing the same thing. You want to sit down and wait for the government to give you a sophisticated mask? Well, sit down right there and wait. You guys are sophisticated that too. And then let me hear what you say. Help yourself. Everything all you want the government to do. You want the government to come home, cook, go in the market, purchase the food, come home, prepare it, cook it, open your mouth, push it in your mouth, and slap your throat for it to go down. That's all you want the government to do, all of that. Something wrong with us?
We heard about the two vaccines. One is by Johnson & Johnson, and the next one, I can't remember the name of the company right now, and which will continue the testing, right? And what is nice about it is that here in Trinidad, yes, we controlling it, because although we have deaths increasing and we getting some sort of case, but we're talking about the number of cases we get in daily is now decreasing.
Look, I now clock on, and the things start to go crazy. Canada.
Yeah, Canada. Well, Canada, you have
13,959.
And you have confirmed that is 9,923. Recovery is 179,000.
Active.
Active is 24. So you can see Canada now doing things to control it. But look at America. America is 8,831,449 confirmed cases.
Tell them the deaths.
And the death is 230,086.
And the recovered?
And the recovery is 5,742,057. And the active case they have right now is 2,859,306. So when you look at it, right, and you look at it globally, it's 43,558,009 confirmed cases.
And the
with
deaths?
1,156,240. That is deaths alone. With recovery is 31,741,700,000. An active case right now
in the
global is 10,160,069. So you see, although we're seeing the spike in the increase, we still a lot of countries in total going in total lockdown. Because, for instance, if you notice what's going on in Europe, and you see countries now had to shut down and impose curfew to 9 o'clock in the night. And when you can see that countries in the Caribbean here with government putting systems and measures in place, right, so that they're making sure that the increase in the COVID do not get out of hand. Because if we're looking at cities in New York, for instance, look at Boston. Right, we've seen an increase by 57%, and Boston have more people than Trinidad and Tobago, and we just only 1.3 million people, and 1.3 or 1.34. We want to be able that we could manage and control our institutions, where people who take in sick, they could go, because some of these places right now you're seeing they're staying in ambulance outside because the hospitals and them overcrowded, the institutions overcrowded, right, and they're trying to tell people now who are these sickness, right, to be treated at home. And when you are the sickness and be treated at home, you have to isolate, and then after you don't know how much members in your household and who will be the person that attend to that person that's sick, right? So make sure that the other person don't catch this virus. So all we have to do now is follow the instructions. And if we follow the instructions, they tell you about social distancing, they tell you about washing our hands, right? How much amount of times we must wash our hands. Even the mask that we wear, when we reach home, we must try and sanitize the mask also, wash the mask also, right? And also when we social distancing and we following the rules, and after we do all these things, we could see that gradually everything will be opened up. Because I heard the Prime Minister say yesterday he had a long chat with the President of Guyana, and I was in concern about the Caribbean bubble and open up the borders, right? So I do feel that this team that he put in place, and then after if all following what's taking place also with our two airports, right? And you could heard with the body that is in charge of the airports authority throughout the world, right? They give Trinidad and Tobago the all clear, because the measures that we put in our two airports to fight and combat this COVID-19, both in Tobago and in Trinidad, you see that our airport is now ready to tackle, because they talk about the tourists who will be coming into the country.
Stick up and remember your last word. Let me say good morning to all of you on our online viewing. Daphne Paris. Sharon, our Prime Minister, is on the right track. Here in the UK, churches are open to have service no longer than 1 hour at a time, with all the COVID restrictions and protocols in place. I would advise people to assert themselves with what is happening in our countries. And here in the UK are strict lockdown measures. Everything our Prime Minister has put in place are the same here. We are not given any mask. We have to provide our own mask. And as our Prime Minister, Dr. Rowley, said, we have to make wearing masks part of our clothing. That is somebody talking out of the UK. That is somebody talking out of the UK. And we right here in Trinidad and Tobago. coming on live and talking a pack of rubbish and behaving as though understanding is the last thing that you all can come up with. If it is you was getting the virus and dead, bam. But you're getting the virus and going through all kind of different complications, and you seeing people showing you videos that they made before some of them died, how they struggle, and only talking a pack of rubbish. A vex, you know, and coming to mislead the population about all your own selfish ways. You remember the pastor who said he's going to China and he will save save people from the COVID virus. Where is he? Where is he? He went. He's no longer here. This virus and had no restriction for nothing. Nothing and nobody. Look, we have Wara saying, nowhere in the world has any government ever given free mask to anybody. Nowhere. Trinidad and Tobago, we were giving out free mask. You have to provide that for yourself. Look, let me tell you something. It's either only talk thing with sense or don't talk at all. Don't talk at all. I don't know when we will understand, some people, what we up against. And some of them showing you blatantly, I'm not wearing no mask. But don't wear your mask and wait. Do that in your private space. If you hear the man, if you hear him, so I online telling him, well, you know, he started to cuss me. And then you have people now following that and answering to that. But you know, all of them who type in and answering to him, you see them on the out the road, they have on the mask though. They have on the mask. They ain't playing that. They putting it on. I don't know. Wendell, I don't know if you just feel how I feel, but sometimes I really feel it's time to just relax yourself and let go and let people do what they want.
Well, yesterday when you listen to, I know a lot of people was vexed and upset when he talk about the restaurant and the bars, and even the Bar Association of Trinidad and Tobago, even there probably is not up in arm. And this morning, but he said in 2 weeks they will give another report concerning the bars and the restaurant. And one of the things that he said in the bars is, which is true, and sometimes some bar owners there's relax, even with this shutdown with no in-house dining and no in-house drinking. Some of them still relapse and because we cannot police in every bar because we don't have.
We cannot police, and some of the same police are banned. They're not following the protocols. In every bar.
And when people drink,
they have no
alcohol
control.
Get to them, they have no control, and the onus is now on the bar owners to put systems in place. Because just as how he said the gaming industry met with the technocrats who dealing with this COVID-19, and they put systems in place where the place could open, and they also give strict instructions, no eating and drinking in the place. So which meaning you're going there, you're going to play a game, and they said if they only catch you, they will resort back to closing it down.
That's all.
Because we had to follow the instructions and the guidelines. And if they follow the instructions and the guidelines, and the onus is upon the owner of the place, so make sure also too that he have the necessary also security in his place. Right? Because no matter where you go, there's some people will try to bend and not try to bend. There's some people will try to see if they could break the law. Right? Break the law in your own establishment. And by you allowing them to break the law in your own establishment, you putting your establishment in jeopardy. You're putting your business in jeopardy. You're putting your workers in jeopardy. Your workers have to know that they came to do a job, and if the job don't carry out in the way you want it, they also putting their own livelihood in jeopardy. So the bar owners and the restaurants owners have to make sure not only the public follow the guideline, but the employees enforce the guidelines and tell customers, if you can't do this, leave the place. Right? And now the onus is on the owners of the restaurant and the bars to carry it out. So long as you all could satisfy the authorities that this is the measures that you all putting in place, because you look at how long the bars have been closed, and you have the ample time now for you to put measures in place. You have the ample time now to work with whoever to say this is the measures that I put in place. So I'm going to ensure my establishment remain open even at this period and this crisis. So when we could show outside world also that in Trinidad and Tobago what the bar owners and the restaurants are doing, while the outside world also is shutting down. All those who keeping big rally and in wearing masks and all this kind of thing. Look what happening now to their country. Right, look what happening right now with America. They talk about 2 days ago with this big rally jump out in Florida, and everybody there, you're seeing them no mask on, and
now his vice president has contracted the virus.
You see, and not only that, Sharon, you could see now the people who was even advising the president and the president who taking advice, now them talking about you have to make the mask wearing mandatory. Right, so you could see what's going on now, right? And we heard his running mate, who was the former vice president of America, talk about the mask, how important the mask is. And by you telling people that don't wear masks, it's something else. And then after you're saying the vaccine is around the corner, and when the World Health Organization is telling you, just recently but Johnson, and I can't remember the name of the next company, I'll get it just now. I'll go back and get it just now, and you would see what they talk about the vaccine when they're going on a trial period just now, because they talk about this thing could last for the next 2 to 3 years. And if we don't want to be locked down in a situation to be locked down, because this lockdown causing a lot of people to be frustrated, it's talking a lot of people to go into a depression, right? Because they're talking about where people have to seek mental health care concerning the situation and things there. And it comes like if you're locked down and you're in a jail. But if you want to be safe, just follow the protocol, follow the instructions, right? By you following the instructions and you following the protocol, you're saving somebody else from getting the COVID.
In the early stages of this, in the early stages of the COVID, remember we had the lockdown and so on. We had mastered the plan of keeping it at bay, but remember you had to open up a little bit. You had to open up, we try opening and look at.
Yeah, because when you try open it, because even when you say the bars was 6 and 10, right?
It had more than 26 and 25 and 50
and all this kind of, and the crowd in it, and well now they have. And I mean, there's something. If bar owners only follow the guideline, if they say 20, I just joined a referee, they say 20 people when they give them the all clear, 20 people in a bar. Make sure you have 20 people. You have to safeguard your operation. You have to make sure and put things in place to safeguard. You're safeguarding yourself too, because you could be the owners also could get contracted with the sickness, right? And you don't want that to happen to you, right? So we have to safeguard. You have to follow the rules. You have to follow the regulations. Everything it come at a price, because right now the country is paying. Right, at this point in time, the business is not as usual. The economy, people are feeling it, right? There have a lot of people who praying to go back out to work and things, but when you go back out to work, you have to follow the guidelines. You see, all public servants have to report back out to work from tomorrow at full strength, and even the managers have to make sure that the workers and them, right, follow the regulations, follow the rules, right? There should be no set of people congregating and having the workers in one place, right? That even you talk even by the cooler, what you do by the water cooler. So these are serious issues that we are facing too, because a lot of people want the borders to open. We see the team that's set up is to look at the travel exemption, which have to report back by the 2nd of November. We'll give an update on that.
Just now.
And
Today's the 25th.
The 2nd of November is, I think that is Saturday coming.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday coming, because the 3rd is the general election in America, right? And you could see even people had to take a note and listen what is taking place. Follow the guidelines. Follow the information that's being provided to us, right? And the best people who to give us the guidance concerning this sickness, this disease, is nobody but the people who are responsible and who guiding us, which is the doctors, the CMO, no politicians, right? Because if you listen to politicians, you will end up like Trump. Right? So no politician can tell you do this and do that, right? And the Prime Minister is taking the advice on the team of medical doctors. Because yesterday, even at the press conference, a reporter asked him a question, and even the I think was Short Young couldn't not Short Young. The Prime Minister said not even the Minister of Health could answer that, because he's not in the field of where the medical professionals are, the science people who doing the science on it, and he was quite correct, right? And he said we will wait on the instruction and the advice from the expert. Right. From the expert, he didn't say Terence Diassi answer it. No, although he's the Minister of Health, they're taking the advice. Yeah, that's why yesterday he had the CMO, right, on Zoom, and they had the secretary for the person in Tobago, were concerning the operation of health and safety in Tobago, right? They had the hair table. So when it comes to these things, it clearly that one person asked the question about the quarantine for Gary Griffith coming back. He asked the Minister of National Security, and the Minister of National Security said he will wait on the advice on the Service Commission. He didn't rush the Police Service Commission. He didn't rush to give advice, and then the Prime Minister said, yes, these days...
But Wendell, we're in a pandemic mode. But you leave Trinidad and Tobago, so you so had to go on a holiday, you leave Trinidad and Tobago to go to a holiday. And look, you see me, Sharon, zip your lip, eh?
So these are the things we are facing. We in trial times here. People want to move freely, but we cannot move freely as we want at this point in time. We have to confine to rules and regulation. So if you're confined to the rules and regulation, you'll be able to move freely, But you keep to what the rules and the regulations said. If you have to come in your country and the tourists, when they open up and the tourists are coming, you have to go and stay quarantined for 7 days. We have to follow that. And one thing I like what they said, they have systems in place to monitor you when you leave that airport. So don't feel when you leave the airport you're going on and as you reach, you start to go and fit and party and run in bars and all this kind of thing. You have to, or even though you did your test, it has some country telling you to do the test, the PCR test, right? And you have to do it 3 days before you arrive in that country, right? And they put systems, even the country also putting systems in place. When you go there, they're also doing the test, don't mind you have your PCR, your certificate, right? They're not going to hold you and say they're putting you to quarantine and all the different things, but they're putting measures in place so that you have to follow the country's rules and regulations.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, I want to open the lines first to take some calls, and it's 10:41 a.m. So we want to take some calls, and you tell me what you thought of the measures used yesterday by the Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. What are your thoughts? All right, and the opening up of some of the institutions or some of the areas that was opened up. What you thought about it? 342-0081, 466-5391, and our overseas number is 718-874-3860. Caller, good morning.
Good morning. Wendell, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
You know, we are far advanced compared to developed countries, Mother.
But Terry, something, you have a bad feedback.
Right. Morning. Sorry.
Right.
So, you know, we are far more advanced than England. And England is now putting things in place that, like how we take people and put them in a quarantine center. England and some developed countries are now thinking about doing that because they can't control the movements of people. So when we look at, we might have a sometime a spike, but when we look at what is transpiring here for our size of population and they ball and bring people home, bring them home. Wendell, it was right. If we bring them home and we overwhelm the healthcare system, then we have people sleeping outside an ambulance. And so far, we ain't going down that road. We are still able to keep the economy. And according to somebody just now, Dr. Rowley has to be great because he inherited Trinidad and Tobago. And when the world is not just a financial crisis, you know, we have a financial crisis is based on a global pandemic. So you know what I see, Mother? They had trials for this virus. One person in America got sick and I think apparently paralyzed. One person in Brazil died. So Brazil said, let me have a going on. Don't come back here with that. We're not trying it on our citizens anymore. So we had the plague, the Black Plague. This virus seems as though, because in them time, there was no cure for the Black Plague. Eventually, the plague just went away. And apparently, it seems as though all the great minds we are today, we have no control for this. So eventually, according to Trump, just let it see if it run with community spread and see if eventually it will just die out. It seems as though this
Taria? All right, so like we lost that call. So Trinidad and Tobago, the numbers to call, 342-0081, 466-5391, 718-874-3860. Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you, Ms. Philip and Mr. Wendell.
I don't know if it's my hearing, if it's my headphones causing me to get a distortion. I don't know if it's that. Or if it's the frequency. The frequency will be high in your telephone calls. So you can't say the radio down and stay by the radio.
No, not by the radio.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Yes. The comfort of three people and the pastor of politics, Mr. Wendell and Mr. Charles. No. People just come on the radio and talk things, what is here, and put it in a different way. That is how the devil has moved. Do you understand? This is the whole controversy between obedience and disobedience, you know. Christ and Satan, the kingdom. People are seeing the kingdom is somewhere we have to go. Seek the kingdom of God first. That is seeking his rules, his laws. That is what the kingdom of God is. Mr. Dr. Rowley, our Prime Minister, due to his intelligence, his wisdom, his knowledge, he's trying to put things in place for people to get a little freedom in a sense that we have to test ourselves. He put us to the test to see how serious we is towards this virus. You understand? He's opening up the beaches and things, the church for our and I hear people coming on radio. You see, Satan just change the scriptures, just like how people just want to change the word, the right word of a wise man. You understand? Because in a sense that the scriptures tell you, if ye do not be able to do things which is less, I distorted the rest. They will take the scriptures and put it in all differently. That is the greatest masterpiece of Satan is walking into the church without anybody seeing and changing wrong the scriptures. And right now he just be on the altar preaching. So they take the scriptures, they're talking about the blood, they would see our blood because it was the open sea. You understand?
Kola.
And our for the church and this and that.
Caller.
These people are taking things. This is a serious thing.
Caller.
This virus is putting us back to ourselves towards the Almighty Father, His rules, His laws, His ways, being obedient. And these people just want to come and put you off track. You understand? That is the ways of Satan. And I hear people saying about these people and prophesying. No, Jesus said, people have plenty of them come in my name saying this and saying this prophet, but don't follow them. This is a serious thing happening and people not understanding what is this going on, you know. This is a call from God, you know. You understand? This is a call, is a judgment upon yourself, you know. We have to get serious, or else the worst things will happen to us. All you must do is that prophecy that will happen. So Jesus said, who coming after me will be greater than me, will do great things. You know what he means? The things when he foreseen and he prophesied, we have to stop it from happening. That is what he means. And we're not doing nothing. It should just rock them back. Like prophecy, that will come to pass. No, my friend. We have to stop that from coming to pass. In other words, be obedient. Live towards the Almighty Father, His laws, and do things for these things not to happen to us. This is a serious thing, a serious time. This time, people are free because of the future, and we have this and we have this telephone and internet thing. This is so serious. This time is so serious. I'm telling you, we're not seeing it. All we're seeing is perishable things and we're being happy for perishable things. And we're not speaking the word. That is the kingdom of the Almighty Father. Speak that first, then things will happen after. My friend, you all have a God life.
Thank you very much, caller.
Johnny touched on a wide range of things here. Right? He says, seek God. God says, seek ye the kingdom of God first, and all things shall be added unto you. What you forget to tell them is that Satan, his real name was, his beautiful name in heaven was Lucifer. Before he was cast out of heaven, they know what it was his position in heaven. And when he was cast out of heaven, right, he was in a place roaming in darkness before God created this world that we live in. And people must remember that he knows the Bible inside out. The only thing that he cannot do, while he was cast out with all his powers, the only thing he cannot do is make man. He cannot make man, and he could not have gone when the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost met in conference, right? Satan could not have been part and parcel of that meeting. So when he come into this world, he challenged God. And if you read the book of Job, he tell God it never one righteous man upon the face of the earth, and God had to tell him if he consider his servant Job. And people must understand that, because even when the sons of men used to meet, Satan used to appear, he's appear by the gate outside, standing outside, and God asked him, where you come from? He said, roaming to and fro, up and down the earth. So as we rightly said, everything legal, it have a counterfeit for it. We have legal currency. You're hearing about counterfeit currency. You're hearing about do the right thing. People will tell you don't do the right thing. So everybody who don't want to follow the laws, they have a price to pay. And you could say true. This what we see today could be a plague, because God said in the last days, right? If you read the book of Matthew, what will happen? He said man will turn against God. Man will start liking man. Woman will start liking woman. He said man and woman will be lying down next to, and all this is in the scriptures, and everything we see in today come to pass. And then people now will come and twist God's words. But that's why he said heaven and earth shall pass away, but not a dot or a tickle of his word. We cannot change God's laws. Just as how we have earthly laws and we have to obey the earthly laws. God put laws there, and he said we cannot change his laws. His laws are there to change. The only person who can change God's laws is him and himself alone. Nobody else. Nobody else. So whoever who don't want to follow the instruction that handing out us today, we have a price for it. And what the price for it is death. If you don't do what you have to do concerning the sickness, right? There's not a possibility, you know. It's 100% that you will die from it. You will die. You will get sick. You will die. Don't say, but they're trying to lock you down. Yes, many people might think so. Sometimes even I just say they're doing it, overdoing it. But when you look at it, you have to follow the instructions. You have to take on what's going on, because follow what's going on internationally. Follow what's going on outside of Trinidad and Tobago. Follow what's going on in America. Follow what's going on in Africa. Follow what's going on in Asia. Follow what's going on in the European bloc. Follow what's going on in Germany. Look what the Chancellor had to put in place the other day. So this thing is a crisis. We should thank God. Little Trinidad and Tobago, a small population, that we put measures from the beginning in place. Because if we didn't put measures from the beginning in place, you know what could happen to us? We could be worse off. Look, I have a daughter who is a frontline worker, contracted the COVID-19, and I posted and I said, she get over, she just said, Daddy, you have to be careful. You feel I don't want to see my daughter? I want to see my daughter, right? Because I can't remember how long I go without seeing her. Right? And this is something we have to put measures in place and take it serious. Because when you're a frontline worker out in America, she's seeing people die. She's seeing people die daily.
And many
right? And seeing
people.
what taking place. She's seeing how they line up outside in ambulance and all kind of thing in New York. Right? And then after today, we should be thankful to God that we put in measures in place and we fall in. The economy will open back up. But we have to do it in stages and we have to follow the guidelines. And so far, we are doing everything. Because we know everything what they're doing behind the closed doors. You know. We share in the report every 2 weeks. It have a daily report also too. It have a daily report where they're telling us and giving us update what is taking place in the COVID-19. And also it have a fortnightly report where the Prime Minister come and he give us a broad picture and what they're doing and what they're putting in place and what the system putting in. And we're seeing that we're putting system in place that even the world now is recognizing what Trinidad and Tobago is doing.
Stephen Howard said Lot's wife disobeyed and turned into
a pillar of salt. Because she was studying the witches. And when God tell Lot, take your wife and your family and leave this place. I'm going to destroy the city because this city was too sinful. And he talk. Sharon, you see, I don't want to preach here this morning. Huh? Hey. I don't want to preach here because this is one thing. I just go in a wide range of everything. I could tell you, and Lot's wife was studying the witches. And when she looked back, she turned to a pillar of salt. Same thing with Noah in the ark. He said, build the ark.
Let me go turn to a pillar of salt. Let me go to the ark. We'll be right back.
Let's talk on the street. The official station that defends the nation.
Join Concerned Public Officers live each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. on The Street 919 FM as they discuss relevant issues plaguing members of the PSA under the No Democracy, No Accountability, No Audited Financial Accounts, No Transparency in the Financial Affairs of the PSA. Say no to Watson Duke on November 23rd. Vote for Mr. Curtis Cuffey, the presidential candidate of Concerned Public Officers. Concerned Public Officers, defenders of truth and integrity, bringing back democracy to the PSA. Vote Curtis Cuffey for president of the PSA and his entire team of loyal and committed members on November 23rd in the PSA general elections.
Trinidad and Tobago, you are in for a treat.
A Christmas treat. This year, tune into 919 FM
to experience a radio production event never heard of or seen before in Trinidad and Tobago.
For the next 91 days, turn on Street 919 FM for a true Trini Christmas every day.
Teaching you what a Trini Christmas is all about. From October 1st to December 31st, enjoy daily
Christmas recipes,
Christmas greetings and blessings.
Hey, this is Uncle Crazy Boy. Merry Christmas.
Christmas stories from the greats.
And of course, Parang Soca, and homegrown Christmas classics. It's a true Trini Christmas
on The Street 91.9 FM. Crazy!
For 91 days. Don't miss a minute of it.
The United Public Officers will be live on the street 919 FM this and every Monday from 10:15 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as they discuss matters of the PSA under the current administration and the way forward. On November 23rd, say no to Watson Duke and put your ex by the star at the PSA general elections. Vote for Oral Saunders of the United Public Officers for President. United Public Officers restore, rebuild, and revive. Remember, on November 23rd, put your ex by the star and join the winning team.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestatetT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
Keeping your micro, small, or medium-sized business connected is more important than ever. Whether it's in the office, in the waiting room, or between the aisles, there is a solution for you. Keep yourself and your customers online with unlimited internet and Wi-Fi access, and get 24/7 technical support. With a personalized account manager, there's always someone to advise you as your business grows and your needs change. Starting from $199 per month, pay a year in advance and get 3 months absolutely free with our convenient online and offline payment options. So don't wait. Call us today at 320-8006. Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
Here's your opportunity to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly and guests as they lead in worship ministries of the Word and Prayer. That's every Sunday at 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and every Wednesday from 9 p.m. to midnight on the street 919 FM, where we deal with today's issues from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. You'll be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Your life and family will never be the same. You are welcome to visit our website, www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Like us on Facebook. Your financial support will be greatly appreciated. Church of the Firstborn Assembly, account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank. You can contact us at 753-1113.
What's really going on?
I don't know, you told me. I'm feeling lonely, baby.
Word.
I'm in my lingerie.
Oh, Lord.
So you can call me over, I'ma be a lover. You know you turn me on, yeah. Boy, you know you're sexy, you got me going crazy. Because you're hot from your bond, yeah. You can call me over, I'ma be a lover. You know you turn me on, yeah. Boy, you know you're sexy, you got me going crazy. Because you're hot from your bond, yeah.
Chillin' with my shorty, I can let her know that I wanna to fine on you. Hey, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. We can get together, we can do whatever, doing what we do. Hey, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. Rubbing on the left hand, Baba on the right hand, tripping on the Rary road. Hey, I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that. Carnival Monday, Carnival Tuesday, we're on the road having fun. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
Boy, you know this thing that we got going on. We gotta keep it on the low, low, low. I'ma be your secret baby boy and don't want nobody else, so no, no, no. You know you are my baby. I'm head over heels for you. This thing that we got here going is just between me and you.
Chillin' with my shorty, I can let her know that I wanna to find
drink to that. We can get together, we can do whatever, doing what we do. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that.
I'll Drink to That, powered by Diaspora Productions and available on iTunes now.
Come talk with us. Realest News, Hard Talk, Real Talk on the Street, 919 FM.
So Trinidad, Tobago, and the World by extension, we are back and we continue to take your calls. Trinidad and Tobago, we want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, all right? So remember, you can call me on 342-0081. You can call me on 466-5391. 718-874-3860. That's our overseas line. I see Massachusetts is on the line. Massachusetts.
Blessings, titans of democracy, fantastic radio program in the world.
All in Boston.
The Felix.
Sir.
Hey, Hannah, you see me on you with this Boston thing? All right. Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Felix.
Sir.
The last time I woke was, I think, was my birthday back in March, right?
Oh, you're born March?
Ever since, yeah, Pisces. I fly up here when I realize we're going on to New York. I will be driving now. Park Avenue is a place that has some of the wealthiest people living in America, maybe in the world. All right? There's a hospital, Lincoln Hospital, in the, I think it's at 74th Street and Park. Now, Felix, when I start driving through there, I see the people who are familiar with them 18-wheel trucks. The trucks come, drop the back of the truck there, and that is where they were storing bodies from COVID. I passed and it had 5 of them trailers refrigerated with people who died. 5, you know. They show you how forklifts would actually take the bodies of those people who did not survive COVID, lift them up and put them in those trailers. The New York Times reported, I think, today is when I get the notice, is when I get the correspondence. Over 80,000 people confirmed as being COVID positive. 85,000 new COVID cases were reported across the U.S. on Friday, breaking the single-day record set on July 16 by about 10,000 cases. Last 2 weeks, the average for the amount of people testing, people, and you have this super spreader going all across the nation, wanting to be re-elected, not wearing a mask. His audience, some of them wearing masks, some of them not wearing masks, And then 2 weeks after he leave that area, the map showing the spread of COVID, those states, they're going from orange to red. And this man still continued to go across. It had a preacher, well, several preachers. One preacher in particular, he had 1,000 of his congregants come so that he could lay hands on them to prevent them from getting COVID or from being healed from COVID. Less than a month. Well, about 2 weeks later, the sons, the daughters-in-law, the wife, all of them are COVID. About a month later, they're dead. Now, if you lay hands on over 1,000 people, did you have it when you laid it on them? Or did you get it from them and then who you spread it to? It's hundreds of people end up with COVID. Who was going to this man's church? Mr. Wendell, here it is that Miss Felix could just put out a call on the radio for she wanted to do something for the children or for a person. Money comes flowing in. If Miss Felix could do this on the radio, why them preachers and them can hook up, televised, as they've been doing for how many decades now, or using Zoom, so people could stay in the home and go to the church service. They could still send you the money. What happened? You think that people and them want to meet Christ so bad that you telling them, come. You want to meet your maker? Come. Let me lay you. Let me take my call. I go on.
Thank you very much, Massachusetts. Mr. Chance?
Yeah, morning, Wendell.
Good morning.
Morning, my
Morning.
daughter Sharon.
Good morning, my
Good
dear.
morning, the Gibsons. Good morning, 1285. Good morning, all the Titans at home and abroad. Mother Tunapuna, Jenny. Yes, in the UK and in Canada. Good morning. A very interesting discussion you have had there. And I always hear the Prime Minister. By the way, let me say belated birthday greetings to my dear Prime Minister. I see you're looking, very well. And I want you to keep up the job because you have a serious job in Trinidad and Tobago. And I agree with the caller who said you are the Prime Minister that will go down in history as having created a new society in Trinidad and Tobago. But I want to join in this discussion here this morning. And I want to start off when the Prime Minister, we must listen to our Prime Minister well. When the Prime Minister was speaking on Saturday, and you saw Prime Minister at work, it was his birthday. But he was looking after the business of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Unlike other people who would have had big celebrations, whenever they had 1 year anniversary in the UNC, it was big fete all over the place. This Prime Minister on his birthday paying attention to the business of the country. And he mentioned the last time we had something like that was 100 years ago. Well, let me give the people the data on that 100 years ago. That was the Spanish flu. You know how many people contracted it? 500 million. You know how many died? 50 million. Let me say it again. 500 million contracted it, and 50 million died. You know how many died in the United States of America? 675,000 in America died. Right now we are close to 225. So that is the reason why all the world scientists and the world specialists are busy trying to get a vaccine for this because they are aware of the damage. They are aware of the killer virus, that it took 50 million lives in the world and 500 million people contracted it. That is why they are busy, very busy, trying to get a vaccine. And that is why they are telling us because the Spanish flu also lasted for about 2 years, even though they had a vaccine. It was there in and around until they finally cleared it up. And that is why they are moving in that direction. And they're encouraging people all over the world to be responsible. But let me come to Trinidad and Tobago. I agree with you, Wendell and Sharon, that we have greedy businessmen. I agree, we have reckless people. But I want to put something else on the table. We also have underminers and obstructionists, people who poke in fire, people who are encouraging people for civil disobedience to make sure this government fails. We have them here. Listen to them on the opposition bench in the parliament. Miss Felix and Wendell and people, we are not all in this together.
Mr. Chance,
yes, sir.
I'm glad you touched on it, you know. The obstructionists.
Yes, obstructionists,
19 of them,
and
19
saboteurs.
of them, and 6 in the lower house, in the upper house.
We have them. You know what the reason, the goal is? To undermine this government so they can get power. That is part of the problem. Yes, they are greedy businessmen. We agree with that. And we have reckless people, but we have another set of people which we have to keep our eyes on. They belong to a place on the opposition bench. They're not supporting anything. I hope that you all will touch on the business of the budget later on, because I want to say something about that. So that is my view. My view that it is a serious matter. And that is why the scientists all over the world are moving feverishly to find a cure because of that deadly virus of the Spanish flu. They know it, they remember it, and they know it took 50 million lives. And they're all in this. They're all in this together. But in Trinidad and Tobago, I hope we will get there. So we're all in this together. And the underminers, the obstructionists, and the saboteurs will give the people of Trinidad and Tobago a time to breathe. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chance? Oh gosh,
Chance, you see, as he talked on the obstructionists, right? He woke me up there. Because, Sean, when I listened to the closing of the committee stages of the budget on Thursday, and I listened to the technocrats who came and sat alongside the ministers of various ministries
to answer any questions that they wanted answered,
and on how they're going to spend the money allocated to them in the fiscal year 2021. And when I listen to some of the questions by the opposition, and when I look at people like Rudy Indar Singh, and the speaker had to make him, force him to withdraw his comments, and he didn't want to do it, and she told him, when she threatened and reached to the stage to tell him leave the chamber, he jumped up and said he was now going to apologize and to withdraw it. Right? It shows clearly what is their motive. But when it comes down to the voting for the national budget of Trinidad and Tobago, every opposition member of parliament abstained.
You feel they didn't know they was going to do that?
Every member, and it headed by their leader, who was a former prime minister of Trinidad and Tobago.
You know that they would have caucused before and planned what they would do.
Yes.
Then why did you waste the parliament time and waste the other MPs' time to come and debate the budget?
But only that, not only that, she came also too for that reason, to make sure that her members abstain,
carry out her requests.
And then after the debate went to the upper house, and I want to say this to Trinidad and Tobago. Look how it is used a certain type of people. There's used a certain type of people to carry the dirty work. Because I hear Rudy Indar Singh asked that question. I hear Barry Paidat ask that question. I hear Rudal Munilal ask that question. I hear the former mayor of Gonas ask that question. Right? I hear none of the East Indian MPs in Parliament ask the question what Waitman asks in the upper house concerning DSS money, and who PNM MP officials saying involved in it. And on Krongentov, I want to read this what Trinidad and Tobago this morning. I want to read this what a fella say on Facebook. On Facebook, Trinidad and Tobago all understand what they're about and what they come here to do and what the aim is and what the operation is. And we as a people, we have to stand up for country. We have to stand up for country, because I want all you to know that Kamla Prasad Bisesa is not everybody who in UNC in Superior vote for Kamla, you know. It have people who, because for instance, Lupino Bornia West, we didn't have a COP candidate, but I went and voted for the PNM candidate. Right? And I know the MP is the MP for everybody. Either they vote for him or they didn't vote for him. At the end of the day, he's a member of parliament, because when you go to the parliament, they say the member of parliament for Lupino Bornia West. So if you live in Lupino Bornia West, you're the member of parliament for Lupino Bornia West. And I want to read this, Sharon. I want to hear what this fella, Wade Mark, disgrace to the population of Trinidad and Tobago, a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, could go into the Parliament chamber, use Parliament privilege, right? Cover and hide behind the coat of the Parliament, and this is what he said. This is what he said. And a fella on Facebook, we go by the name Johnny Walker. Yes, 3 MPs affiliated, which include 2 current MPs. And a long-breast cow, this is what he said, who loves to rob elderly people. And he went on Foster saying, he said it's Foster Cumming, Penelope Beckles, and Crystal Harewood was named by TTPS. This is the main concern of Rowley. And is this something that he cannot this is something he cannot sweep under the carpet? This is what the fella posts on Facebook, because what Wade Mark said in the upper house was Jock Susu used to buy vote. When I listened to Wade Mark's contribution, I didn't know. It had an MP for La Hocketa, a candidate. We heard where they was given fridge, where they was given stove, where they was furnishing house. He didn't talk about the millions of dollars they're spending to Napuna. Huh? I want to know. I want to know when they fill out the return to the presiding officers, what did David Nackett put the amount of money he spent? I want to know what Ali Hunt put the amount of money he spent. I want to know what Sobas put the amount of money he spent. I want to know the girl in Stoko Sandy Grande put the amount of money she spent. Right? I want to know, because these are the constituency where they lost. These are the constituency where they went to court. Not went to court. They delay the declaration of the MPs for these constituencies. Right? They keep in making sure that the president do not announce the Prime Minister Keith Rowley for a second term for some weeks. And then after, this is the dotishness, what our speaker, a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, a man who acted for one day as President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. All you mustn't forget that Trinidad and Tobago, he acted as one day as President of the Republic.
Man. He wants government to answer about that 8.8 light bulb program, $8.8 million light bulb program.
And look at this.
The same man who, instead of I using you as my comfort, I buy a chair.
Yes. Yes, but listen to this person.
And they couldn't find the chair.
This person said 3 PNM affiliated, which include current MPs. Right? And why you call Foster Cummings' name?
Because it's in the Hocketa area.
Why you call Penny Beckles' name? Huh? Why you call what Penny? This is a woman just came back as representing Trinidad and Tobago United Nation. And this is what you want to say, that who affiliate. And then after, we say, he went further. And he said, by the TTPS, the Trinidad and Tobago. So it just show you clearly. It show you clearly what they are about to do. It show you clearly that this UNC operative, why he didn't talk about the live sport? Why he didn't talk about the 27 people who was murdered in the live sport? Why he didn't talk about that? Why he didn't talk about SIS? And if the SIS money, where they take from the water rate become country, I don't know. I asking a question. If that helped finance the campaign, why you don't talk about where they get the money to buy all them stove, all them fridge, and all them thing in La Hocketa? But you're gone in the house. You have nothing to contribute. And listen to me. This same 6 persons going and abstain to
Of course.
These same 6 persons going and abstain. Trinidad and Tobago.
If they don't abstain,
fights,
what happening?
Yeah, what do you mean?
They want to walk in the
What do you mean?
morning.
And the history I went through and I looking through yesterday. I saying, let me see whoever abstained from our budget. And I cannot. People mustn't forget. We had a 1818 and a budget was put in place.
Let me take this call. Hold on. Stick your pin. I forget her. Deep South running up a little dollars. Yes, Deep South. Deep South? But where he go?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, God, sorry. Oh, God, your number look just
Yes.
like Deep South. Mrs. Crosby.
Yes, it's me you want? Is that you want or Deep South?
I take your number for Deep South. Oh,
All
my
right.
gosh.
Well, maybe you ought to stop calling names and just say, yes, I am here.
I feel so.
No, listen to me. These people, they come to, are they drawing money under false pretense? Another thing, they refer to, like, if they're representing people. So when they make the budget pass, how would they expect those same people to get this, the things that the government had to prepare and to give it to them? If Dr. Rowley wasn't, the God didn't put Dr. Rowley there and they were there, or you could imagine what would have happened during this period of time. And another man talking about who in DSS and whatnot and the other. DSS is somebody's personal money. What happened? You want government money again to buy what? A massage chair for he now after wife get one? Sharon?
Mrs. Crosby.
he want a massage chair now? For his government money.
These days, you know, them ladies, when they can't get the writing, they just go and buy one.
I don't know if he want one now for himself or he missed the idea that he can't get the money to spend to get one for himself. So when they are talking like if they're representing people, I can't even say they're representing the dog and cat, because if you get a dog or cat, they want food. So I don't know, they're drawing money under false pretense, I have to say, because what they're going there for based in time. Just come in and say, look, we are not supporting you, and that is it, and just resign and go about their business. They're wasting time. I can't understand. They're not teaching the young people anything, so I don't know, but let it go that way. And if I were a member of their parties, not my vote they would have get, because they're not seeking my interest. Okay, right.
Thank you very much. All right.
Sharon?
Zina?
I'm bringing my bill for you, since you take my call since Wendell, and when I hear Wendell start and he start to read, and he reading in my ear, I said, this is finishing now. Good morning. And Wendell, you heard the call, you heard where you were shopping this morning, so I hope you get all what you went for. Sharon, I'm going to tell you where if you weren't listening.
Deep South say you went shopping for milk and pampers.
What is it?
Oh, God.
You're shopping for milk and pampers.
Yes. You must see my super farm. I say, oh, my Lord, Sharon. It's so not easy, I love him. Hear what now? You know, I listened to them, Sharon. Just what Mrs. Crosby just said. I myself was just about to ask, why taxpayers' money have to pay these people, especially some of them who come back for a second time in that parliament and they will get a pension? Isn't it hurtful for us to have to pay them that money for doing absolutely nothing in that parliament other than distraction in that parliament when the week comes? Nothing at all. So it is very annoying. But I want to say something this morning. I heard when they were talking about the budget and who say what. I saw WhatsApp by a former UNC that no matter what this government do and Dr. Rowley, they must not get the credit. That it was thanks to Winston Ducaran. That was his all that was Winston Ducaran's solution to the way forward. I said, well, look at this. So many other people came together to present.
Ms. Zina, what are you talking about the COVID recovery team?
Yes. And for the way forward, you heard that it was that man. That was his thanks to him. You know, and so when you see these things, sometimes you know where these people, where their heads are. We have to understand how they're thinking and the hate they have for the PNM and Dr. Rowley. But as a caller said earlier, Dr. Rowley steered this country in the hardest time ever that we know since we born. And I don't hear a good while. So is the best prime minister for a long time. Take time on his birthday to come out to talk to us. You understand? But people, if I hope they're listening, I hope the media go by the beaches today. Because who can bathe if all is so one salt water, put some in a bucket or a tub and bathe home? So I take in precautions. I try my best. Because you know we the older ones, we have lived for what is going on here. So I just knocked on and listening, and I'm listening to Dr. Rowley, and as a good citizen, I'm trying to obey all that was said. You all are locked on and listening. Wendell.
Thank you very much, Zina. All right. Let me just say this. Despite all that we're hearing, despite all, whether in Parliament or whatever, my friend just sent me this. He said, "Hi Sharon, Spain has just declared another state of emergency. Coronavirus, Spain imposes national nighttime curfew to curb infections." He said it might be valid for up to 6 months. TNT is once more demonstrating international and transformational leadership. Ultimately, it is all up to each of us to manage our own safety. We each have to own and carry out our responsibilities. So Spain has gone back into lockdown mode with a curfew. Trinidad and Tobago. This is my friend out there in Spain. I want you to know that we are no different to none of these countries. But what is different for us is our leadership styling. So for all of you who want to talk and say all what you want to say about Dr. Rowley and this government, all you disobey the orders, and who don't hear, well, they will simply feel. Just to remind you, we close off this weekend, that's tonight, October 25th, with Reggae Sunday at 8 p.m. featuring King David and Jah Melody. Iwer Stage will be streaming live on the Street 919 FM's Facebook page, Neil Iwer George Facebook page, Iwer George on Instagram, Iwer TV, and Street on YouTube. Support our local culture. It's free for you, but not for us. Please make your online donations before or during the show to fundmetnt.com. You simply search Iwer Stage, then select the campaign for the night you are donating to. From there, payments is as with all online transaction using your credit or debit card. For my foreign fans, please use Cash App payable to Neil Iwer George. Tune in and be a part of these dynamic series of concerts, Iwer Stage, one-on-one with the artists, supported by Tuco, taking care of business through our music. And Frame Festival is on at Value Optical. See 2020 in 2020. That's right, folks. The biggest eyewear event is back, beginning and which started on the 19th of October. That's Monday gone, 19th of October, and end on Saturday, 31st of October. Visit us at any one of our 13 stores nationwide. Check us out in the north in Sandy Grande, Port of Spain, Tunapuna, and Sawa. In Central Lounge Park, Chagonas, Mid-Center Mall in Chagonas, in the Southland, Marabella High Street, San Fernando, Price Smart La Romaine, Point Fort in Penal, and Princess Town. And you can also check us out in the sister aisle in Keenan at shops at West City Penny Savers Mall. See 2020 in 2020. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. Trinidad and Tobago. Caller, good morning.
Sharon Phillips, good morning to you.
Good morning, Maria.
Good morning to Wendell Eversley.
Good morning.
Did you hear what he said this morning, eh?
No, I didn't hear him, no. I was
He
really out in
said
the kitchen.
he voted for the PNM MP.
Yes.
And he made no apologies for saying I'm doing it.
Well, I always know he's voting for the PNM MP. I always know that, you know. You understand me? I know that. Wendell, good morning to you. And also, I really want to send out condolences to Dr. Rodney's friend. You know, may his soul rest in peace, and to his wife. You know, it was really a touching moment. Sharon Phillips, I don't know what's going on here right now, but girl, it's only God and God knows. I listen to your friend, his master Sousa. You know, good morning to Boston, all my relatives in Boston, and what he said was so true, Sharon. Sharon, and we still don't want to listen, you understand me? Still don't want to listen. You know, every day people will be carrying on, but it's not only here, it's the whole world, Sharon. And we really have to take care of what we do, you understand me? And to those beach lovers, only be careful out there, please, please, please. Wendell? Sharon, Wendell with you?
Right here.
Yeah, no, it's on the other station, he's going about share the life. It's the other station. But there was no love lost. Sharon, I'm a friend, you know.
One thing I don't take people, claim people words.
You know what?
I don't claim people words.
No. I wanted to go and deal with Mark for me, you understand me? I wanted to go and ask them in Parliament for me, who's really the Mongoose gang? I don't know. Find out from my let me know, because I know you just know everything. I go on, you'll have a good one. Deep South, you don't cook? I go on. Sherry Life, yes, I go on.
You know what she said, Sharon? The Mongoose gang.
The Mongoose gang, boy. Overseas caller, good morning.
Good morning, Sharon. What's up with you?
Yes, good morning. But come out to the bathroom now.
Sharon, you know, I just have to criticism of the government every now and again.
No.
However,
every time, not that one again, every time.
Well, when they do foolishness, I would say they do foolishness. However, in this circumstances, you know what I feel we want, or these citizens want? Some of the I don't want to call them sycophants, but they want us to open back up, let 200 people dead, close back up so they could say, look, the government mismanaged this situation. They know what they're doing. Right? Because I can't understand how, so we like to say we're more educated now, we're more intelligent now. We love to say that where politics is concerned. And you could watch what is going on in first world countries that have more facilities than us, countries that have better healthcare than us, countries that have a lot of things better than us. You can see, you have an example of what not to do, or what happens when you do X. We're seeing that. And still you have people like Stefan Rees and them on a morning telling you the government doing foolishness, the government can't handle the situation. You understand? It is moronic to hear these people and them, after, especially, like these people and them, I had to assume these people and them don't watch international news, they don't watch cable, they don't watch CNN, they don't watch BBC. If they have a problem with one or the other, they don't watch what's going on internationally at all. See and understand when you do X, why is going to be the repercussions of it. When you don't do X, you have more control over the situation. And it is clear that the government is doing a fantastic job with the management. No, I was the biggest critic of the mask for 2 people in a vehicle. I must tell you that. But in hindsight now, I recognize it would have been too complicated to manage if they had given that leeway to family members in a car. And I think what the government done, that I could acknowledge I was wrong, in hindsight, ban everything and done. No, wear masks in a vehicle. Right? And sometimes as civilians, as people who were not involved in the decision making, we don't see things that is happening, that why the decision makers make the decisions that they do. Right? So I think we have to, we mustn't go follow blindly. I don't follow blindly, and I get a lot of criticism from it. From you one thing, I don't follow nothing blindly. but I had to see and be convinced. But I don't have to burn to learn all the time. I could watch international news, see what's happening to Italy, Spain, Germany, and all these places that open up. And the one thing that when they open up, the one thing that they always have to close down first is the bars. And I had to thank Dr. Rowley for his whatever guidance he getting, for listening to whatever guidance he going getting, to not have those bars open in the first place. That we had to close it now. You understand? So thank you very much for allowing me this contribution, Sharon.
Well, here now, a week here, a week. You see how quiet, I sit down? And numb, I sit down quiet.
Sharon.
Them a devil's advocate. Oh, cool.
Sharon.
But thank you very much. Thanks.
You see, you don't understand me, you know.
I understand you very well. I understand you very well.
I am about Trinidad and Tobago.
I understand you, darling. Don't feel I don't. I do understand you, but just sometimes you just get me on my nerves.
That's all right. We go cross first, and we go bounce up and drink a beer sometime. Have a lager.
Oi. Thank you very much. What the accreditation you give, I taking that and frame it. I'm going to copy that voice note, this voice recording, and put it up in the World Guinness Book of Records. Nah. That was advocate.
Oh my goodness, Sharon.
All right, darling.
Oh, Sharon. Sharon.
You're calling me, tell it.
You know it has pinch and nerve when people talk about God and politics. You try to mesh the two. And your first caller really upset me, and I'm surprised you didn't say anything about that.
What is that?
And you try to blame this COVID on God, like God doing. You understand? And I don't know if your God does invent COVID. You understand? And you ain't saying, I notice you ain't saying nothing about it. You ain't touched that one with a 10-foot pole. But it me.
I did not hear
as a critic.
Oh God, devil's advocate.
Listen,
hey, remember.
Don't blame God for things that happen in the realm of
God,
human
now
beings.
we are listening.
When we do foolishness, there's a consequence to pay for we foolishness. And the hate to hear people trying to have conversation about politics and then showing in God in the middle of it.
Hey, listen to me now. When the first set of callers were calling, remember I was getting problems here. I was trying to fix back this and fix back that. So I probably missed it, to be very honest. I probably missed it. I didn't hear properly. But everybody entitled to their views. But just, oh gosh, sometimes we must put the views into perspective.
You see, Kola,
and wait, before you go to tell him, devil's advocate, where's my seasoning?
You reach straight yet? Or you want to get? You want to teleport it? That's I invented it.
Good morning, Mommy. Tell him, wait, don't go yet. Wendell talking to you.
You see, you make a good point there, where they're blaming God, because you see, God said he will give man knowledge and wisdom.
Correct.
And man
but
also.
That's the Bible that does leave out.
Yes.
Want to pick and choose sometimes.
Pick and choose, yes. And he said that
to justify the whatever statement they want to justify.
Yeah, because remember when God tell them he will be their king, what they say? They say no, they want a king on earth. And what happened to them?
Correct.
They suffer and punish their own self.
Correct.
So when God give you knowledge and understanding, he tell you take your knowledge to inventing to destroy your own self.
Correct.
And that's what people doing. That's what they're doing. Yes.
And then they want to say it's God.
Yes.
That is God for we evil and God for we sin. Because your evil and your sins cause a reaction. It's a reaction and not an action.
True.
Right?
True.
So pull them up. I would like to always pull them up when they're trying to talk about God do this and God do that. And we always show ministers.
When I listen, they want to talk about the Bible.
And when he had his after now, it's God do it.
Yeah. And want to blame God for this and blame God for that.
Yes. Yes.
Like God tell you, go and kill your wife.
Right? Have a nice day, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much. Right. They say they're not seeing you.
They ain't seeing you.
They're seeing half of you.
What? They want to see.
They want to see. I want to see all of you. Yes, just all of you.
Sean, and you talk about the when people want to talk about the deaths in Europe, the deaths in the Americas, and when you look at it, 5 countries that had the most deaths in Europe is United Kingdom with 44,745. Italy, 37,210. You just talk about Spain going back in a lockdown.
But you pass
34,000.
Wait, just now, wait. How you reach there? What you tell me how the most?
The most deaths. 5 countries in the European bloc.
Is USA not heading it?
No, we talk, the USA is in America.
All right, okay, yes,
right?
yes.
And you just talk about Spain.
Right.
Of 37.
Sorry about that.
34,759. France, 34,600. Russia, 26,000. And when you go in America, it's the most cases, right? America top with 19,695,220. That is people who are affected with the coronavirus.
Who infected?
Brazil have 5,380,635. Argentina, 1,100,829. Colombia, 1,007,771. Mexico, 886,800. So you could see countries are topping in terms of numbers with this coronavirus. Worldwide is over 42 million. And when we could look at America that have 19 million. When we could have, for instance, let me look at Colombia with 1,07,771. Almost the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And when a country could have that kind of amount of cases, that is cases, I didn't talk about the deaths. Cases. Because we know in America that have over 200 and something thousand people die. And if we, as a small country, small twin island, and the population in both islands working up to about 1.4 million people. And when we could hear countries with 1 million cases, we had to thank God the measures that we imposed very early, from in March, right? But we start by putting bans on certain countries from coming into the country before we close down the borders, right? Because the government, the Prime Minister, did announced that certain people from various countries couldn't come because the spread was spreading while in their countries, and they didn't close down their borders yet. And when we close down our borders, we put measures and things in place until we get recognized by top universities in Europe. And then after we hear people from in America thanking us for what we are doing. And even to today, yes, we sympathize and we feel it for those who lost their lives. It's over 105 deaths we have in our country so far. Right? But we hear on the daily report where we get in a decrease in number of cases, and we are trying to keep it. So we hear the Prime Minister said that how they want to keep it, if we could bring it down 20 per day, to 20 to every 100,000, it will be good. It will be great. We see certain things happen this weekend, yesterday, because of the new initiative they put in place, and they're opening up certain places slowly but surely, and then we still have people criticizing it, where we should be thankful. We still have people saying that how the church should be up to full capacity when we get half. We still have people saying, I hear the Chamber of Commerce this morning saying that how the complaining about the restrictions, right, to open back up the economy and this thing and that. But the Prime Minister said, yes, he talked about the bars, he talked about the restaurants. He said, give it 2 more weeks. Certain people have to put measures in place. Because we're talking about, we don't want too much people at a certain place at the same amount of time. Same thing where he said he opened up the coastal with the beaches and all this thing, and he gave us instructions also too. We can't go in the beach and say that we want to have a party. We can't go liming and drinking, right? He said even though if you're not bathing, put on your mask, right? So if you're going on the beach and you didn't intend to go in the water and you haven't, put your mask on. Don't go and line with 20 people one time and all and having a fete and all these different things. We had to show the population and the world and the Caribbean at large that we in Trinidad and Tobago taking this coronavirus disease seriously, and we care about saving our people life and people who come in close to us and people who will be in coming into our country. We have to make sure that these people too wear the mask. We have to make sure that these people too follow our instruction. We have to let them people know you're not in your country, you're in Trinidad. You have to love your country first and say when you're here, follow our rules, follow our guidance. Don't care where they're from. Don't where they're from and say, oh, we fight with this and we put in people fear, right? You let them say what they want. So you talk that in your country. Here, you're in Trinidad and you're in Tobago, and we want to make sure that we have a control and a hand over this virus so that we will not go in a lockdown stages. In that country, they hear what Sharon's friend just sent for her on WhatsApp, what's going on in Spain, right? The curfew, right? You hear what's going on in other parts of Europe, Germany. Look what measures it take. Right? You hear what's going on also in Russia, right? You hear what's also going on in Brazil. Look at the amount of cases in Brazil, over 5 million cases, right? So when you look and you see that the government there, right, they're trying now how to get these things under control, and we doing it here with our technocrats, guided by the government, right? Put systems in place. The travel exemption, they put a team in place. They put 4 ministers who have to report back to the Prime Minister. You'll get an update on that on the 2nd of November, which is just 6 or 7 days away. And we have to keep on doing, and we have to be our brothers' keepers. We have to tell our neighbors, right, if we want our economy to work, to open up, let us follow the guidelines. Let us follow the science. Let us follow the people who we put there to look after our affairs and listen to them. Now is not the time to play blame game and say, I hate the Kit Rowley's. I'm not going to follow Kit Rowley guidelines. I hate the CMO not speaking for me, right? We have to forget. We have to unite as a country right now to fight this disease. We have to unite as a people to fight this disease. We have to forget about who is African, who is East Indian, who is Chinese, who is Syrian, who is 1%. We have to look at ourselves as now Trinidadians and Tobagonians. Because if we care about the economy, and we care about people going back out to work, and we care that people ain't getting laid off, we will do the honorable thing and stand up and follow the instruction and the guidance where COVID-19 is concerned, where this disease is concerned. Because same how you want to say you're frustrated, but you saying you're frustrated and you're telling your neighbor, right, that, hey, you're not doing the right thing, because your neighbor also is the one making you frustrated, right? Because when you see him doing the right thing, and when you see they ain't doing the correct thing, what will happen? What will happen? Let us follow the rules. Let us follow the regulation. Let we don't be restless, right? Let us don't do what other people doing. Look what's going on right in the United States of America. One man putting the whole country in danger. The whole country in danger. You see the people on them. And if the people on them are responsible, they're following the advice, as the caller rightly said. Right? The caller just now who talk about God and say about this. Because them putting it on a righteous thinking man who love his people and who love his country will tell the people this is a disease, have a respect of no one. And I want you all to do the correct thing. I want you all to wear the mask. I want you all to wash your hands. I want you all to make sure the place sanitized. I want you all to keep the social distance away.
Let me tell you this.
Follow the issues.
First, I am so concerned about the surroundings of me and other people. I buy a fucking machine on, I don't know, with the liquid and everything, you know. So my intentions is to do that to my premises and surrounding areas. I ask my son as often as possible, I have a mist blower, put in the disinfectant, put in the Clorox, make a mixture, and spray down the whole place from outside by the road to inside. Spray down. You're feeding the dogs and you're cleaning when you're done, wash down, disinfect, Clorox. Sometimes you smell by me, you say, Lord, Father, you can't take, but you have to clean. You have to remember. And when you tell people, wear your mask, where is your mask? They feel like, oh God, the mask is for your own protection. For your own protection. But Trinidad and Tobago, there is How much can I tell you to do? How much can I beg you? How much can I ask? It's up to you. You have to want it just as we want it too. It's either you want to be dead or you want to be alive. And I continue to say that here on a daily basis. I continue to say that here. When they're able, sometimes people just really make you feel like, just does it. Just give it up and leave it. But Trinidad and Tobago, let me just say, we go into the ads. Now when we come back, we're going to be in the 12 to 1 o'clock hour. But I want to say again, I want to thank Wendell for taking his Sundays to come here with me so that we can speak to you, the listening audience. Whether you're on your television, on the internet, whether you're on the radio, wherever you are listening, on YouTube, you're on Facebook. I want to thank you all for sitting down or whatever you're doing, but taking in the information. Because we rightfully have to do that. So we want to tell everything Dr. Rowley come and say, you want to bash him, you want to cuss him. It is your protection the man seeking. It's our protection. Oh, Jesus. I'm going to take a call. Caller, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Hello. Wendell and Miss Sharon. Oh, hold on.
David, your radio. Feedback.
I have no radio on. Wendell.
Yeah.
And Sharon. All I have to understand, it's not about love of country by these people. These people putting themselves in place election battle. It's Tobago election they want to win. There's local election coming up they want to win. They don't care about COVID. They care about power. And all they must understand that. So when they get up and talk, there's votes they're looking for. You understand? Because everything is Dr. Rowley this and Dr. Rowley that, because they want to sit down in office. You understand? And they will say all kind of things, and you have to listen to this. It have people in the belly of the thing who inside the PNM, who bad talking the PNM. You understand? In the PNM, and they bad talking the PNM. They're going all about, all up on other places and bad talking the PNM. You understand? And I am telling you, Wendell, you more loyal to your country than some of the PNM people who in the PNM. But what I'm telling you, you see this Tobago election coming up here, it's fire and brimstone, Wendell. And I will tell you something, Wendell. I'm joining with you. You see the PSA election, fire and brimstone. You have to go. You have to go. If me and you have to go and protest outside PSA, but you have to go. We go put prayers in the backside. I'm gone.
Thank you very much. We're going to the break.
I call out on fire, boy.
Yes, we're going to the break. We'll out the fire. We'll be back.
We know the streets because we talk to the streets.
Come talk with us on the Street 919 FM.
Join concerned public officers live each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. on The Street 919 FM as they discuss relevant issues plaguing members of the PSA under the No Democracy, No Accountability, No Audited Financial Accounts, No Transparency in the Financial Affairs of the PSA. Say no to Watson Duke on November 23rd. Vote for Mr. Curtis Cuffey, the presidential candidate of Concerned Public Officers. Concerned Public Officers, defenders of truth and integrity, bringing back democracy to the PSA. Vote Curtis Cuffey for president of the PSA and his entire team of loyal and committed members on November 23rd in the PSA general elections.
There's only one way to start your week right, and that's to reset with Dr. Livette. Join him right here on your radio every Monday morning at 9 a.m. for your dose of the health and wellness program that is sure to change your life. Dr. Livette has transformed thousands of lives over the last decade and is now live on the street 919 FM every Monday from 9 a.m. to transform yours. Tune in to learn more about herbal blends and U-Juice for building your immunities and promoting overall great health. Dr. Livette on the street 919 FM. This and every Monday at 9 a.m. Don't diet, live mighty, live healthy, live it.
Trinidad and Tobago, you are in for a treat.
A Christmas treat. This year, tune into 919 FM
to experience a radio production event never heard of or seen before in Trinidad and Tobago.
For the next 91 days, turn on Street 919 FM for a true Trini Christmas every day.
Teaching you what a Trini Christmas is all about. From October 1st to December 31st, enjoy daily
Christmas recipes,
Christmas greetings and blessings.
Hey, this is Uncle Crazy Boy. Merry Christmas.
Christmas stories from the greats.
And of course,
Parang Soca, and homegrown Christmas classics. It's a true Trini Christmas
on the street 91.9 FM. Crazy! For 91 days.
Don't miss a minute of it.
The parang song is sweeter. I love the bass and guitar. I want parang forever. Yes! My friend invited me to a parang party. It was an all-inclusive soca parang party. And when I reached here, music at me leisure. I fell in love with the bass. Everybody happy. Like Papi Lord, glad when it's Christmas time, glad when it's Christmas time. To the ghost tree they're going, the whole house they're painting, some sewing and cooking. Since July the wine set, the quattro start to echo. It's the boy Daddy Chiney, aka the crossover artist, aka the Parangero. And here we're going on. You can catch me live in the Parang Jam, one-on-one on Iwer stage, 8 p.m., 7th of November, streaming live on my Facebook page, Ricardo Melville, yes, my government name, on Instagram at Daddy Chiney, and on Facebook at Neil Iwer George, also on YouTube on Iwer TV, and Instagram at Iwer George. Tell a friend.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iwer Stage.
I hear a ponging on me door, darling. Who you looking for? This is Kenny G, and I'm inviting you to my virtual Christmas performance on Saturday, the 31st of October, 2020, from 8 p.m. in the comfort of your homes with family and friends. Streaming on Facebook at Iwer George and YouTube, on Iwer TV and Instagram at Iwer George. Feel free to make a donation. I want me brush, neighbor. Give me brush, neighbor. Yeah,
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Every child is incredibly intelligent. Parents, reach higher. Be stronger. Join Olive Rice Club, producer of the IBG line of educational products, right here every Thursday morning at 11:15. Get the genius out of the children. Hear how you can work with the IBG phonic program and see your children learn at least 200 times faster. Remember, IBG guarantees rapid progress for champions to turn this nation around. It's right here on 91.9 FM every Thursday morning at 11:15. For more info, call 336-3896 or 725-READ.
Enagic changed your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Rest, relax, rejuvenate, and revitalization healing treatment for both males and females suffering from all aches and pains. A special offer for the month of July for $200. Choose from any one of these treatments: neck and shoulder massage, poor circulation, and arthritic treatment. Contact 336-4935 or 492-7397 for more information.
Season it. Season your meat. Yeah, all the year we're going on. The 24th of October, Bongo Spear will be live one-on-one. You understand? On Iwer stage. Yeah, 8 p.m. The 24th of October, I will be live on Iwer stage. Yeah, and we're streaming on Facebook at Neil Iwer George. Streaming on YouTube at Iwer TV and on Instagram at Iwer George. Yeah, I will be streaming live from my vibes too. You don't know that on Facebook is Bongo Spear and on Instagram is Ajira Johnson. You understand? So it's a date and don't be late. It's paranga bringing to put on your plate. Yeah, ERX. Season your meat and make it sweet. 8 p.m. the 24th. Boom! Iwer stage.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iwer Stage.
Come talk with us. Realest News, Hard Talk, Real Talk on the Street 919 FM.
We are back. Trinidad and Tobago and the world by extension listening. We are back. It's Sunday afternoon in Trinidad and Tobago. It's 12:06 p.m. and today is the 25th of October 2020. And let me say to all of you celebrating birthdays, anniversaries and so on, I say happy birthday to you and happy anniversary to you. Hope you live long, 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 Elizabeth and so on. And to our astute Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley, I say happy belated birthday to you. Of course, we send birthday greetings like that yesterday. I see the whole of the Facebook and internet light up. Only birthday, Dr. Rowley. They must send for me about 1,000. I say, oh God, there's only every time I click, they send in something where they send. I say, oh, they will kill me now, boy. How much group, all the group? I say, oh God. They make me have to change my phone. So, guys, we're back. I see Mr. Chance is on the line. Mr. Chance, I seen you.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon, Wendell. Good afternoon, Sharon. Before I make my little comment on the budget, because Ms. Crosby and Ms. Zena made two very critical points, I want to connect with them.
Sure.
But before I do so, I want to join and agree totally with Mr. Keith. And that's the point I was making earlier. This is the season for the underminers, the obstructionists, and the saboteurs who want to get power by any means necessary. That's election is they have nothing to do who will live and who will die. About Trinidad and Tobago, they're not interested in you. They just want power. They want the treasury. They want the money. They're not interested in the people. So election is what they're in. If this government succeeds in managing the COVID-19 virus, you know what plus that will have going into the THA election? The government could stand and say, look what I've done for you. But they don't want that to happen. They want you to die. So they could say the government failed. Look at how many people died. That is the record they want. Look at how many people were infected. And that is why they'll undermine, they'll obstruct, they'll sabotage, all to get power. But when they allow, I want to hitch on to what Ms. Crosby and Ms. Zena said when they spoke about the budget. And I want to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you have to understand what this lady has abstained from, you know. Let me tell you, listen well to the Speaker and listen to the President of the Senate when they're introducing this bill. Let me remind you what she says. She says it's an appropriation bill. And she says, this bill, this is what the Speaker would say, this bill is to provide finances for the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, you know. That is what that bill is about, they call it the budget, you know. That is to provide the money, as Ms. Zena and Ms. Crosby said, for the service that the bill lady abstained from, you know. She don't want you to get nothing. I said it in local parlance, because if that is not approved, nobody could get paid. That is the system we're in. It must be approved by the Parliament. And thank God we have a simple majority. Could you imagine if we needed a special majority to do that? You know what happened to Trinidad and Tobago? The reason why that got through and why it will be approved in the Senate as well is because there's a simple majority. Could you imagine, people? Could you imagine this UNC having us like that? And they're not supporting it, and they will not support the money for the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago? Oh yes, in her final year, she went up with a bill of $63 billion, and she approved that, though. $63 billion. She wanted to approve that, and she did. But $49 billion is what we want to approve, to pay salaries, to pay pension, to pay CPEP workers, to pay retirees, to pay the salaries of parliamentarians. Well, I want to tell her this afternoon, don't take no money now. You don't support it. Don't take no money. You didn't support the money. And whenever they send the money to the regional UNC regional corporations that are in control us, don't spend it, because you didn't support it. You want to stay in the middle of the road and fool us and say you abstain. No, people. Let me repeat what this bill is about, so that you'll understand how dangerous this UNC is. The appropriation bill is a bill to provide finances for the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. That is what Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa and the UNC voted against. You know what to do in the THA elections. Because you want the service of the people of Trinidad and Tobago. You want the money to provide for the salaries and everything. They voted against it. Thank you very much for the time, Ms. Felix.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chance. Thank you very much, Mr. Chance. And you know, at the 12 o'clock hour, because you know I finish at 1, I try to be very positive. After we have a heated debate, heated comments, I try to come down to a smooth closure. So guys, in the next half an hour or so, you all will be getting the continuation of last week cricket commentary. Rowley Jr., how are you?
I'm good, Sharon. Very, very good, Sharon. Well, it's a pleasure to listen to you all this today. I mean, it's not always possible, but definitely once I get the chance, I'll tune in. And, of course, following on the heels of Mr. Chant, it makes me feel even more special. Good day, Wendell. How are you doing, man?
How things?
Yeah, very good. I will say a whole, really appreciate how you broke down the whole, the description of what's going on in those first world countries in relation to the amount of COVID cases per capita. And you would know that we're doing a great job here.
True.
Now, Sharon, it's amazing how in Trinidad and Tobago, if it is, let's say Kamala Prasad abstained in the House, what if the law meant that her supporters, based on sheer abstaining, supporters of hers who are receiving government salary and pension, and they voted for her, were not able to get that money? Because no matter what, and we keep telling Kamala Prasad, when you assume the position of Prime Minister, you're the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. She never run the country that way. You could see she stayed and tried to critically analyze who is PNM and who is UNC as a Prime Minister. And that was our problem. And I keep telling people, when you get a mandate, because you have to repeat for Chinese, when you get a mandate of 2912 and you mash it up, you can't see up till now that people don't want you. You can't see it all the election or whatever. Even if you get 19 seats, you still can't reach the finish line, which is the epitome of leadership. You cannot reach it. But you're going to the same model. Abstain, don't support, criticize. You have to be a fool. You have to be a leader without a purpose, except that you're draining ground by not supporting bills meant for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. And I'm sure that UNC supporters out there who know fully well that Kamala Prasad lacking the substance of leadership at this current time, in the way Dr. Oli has, move forward. When you listen to that speech after the budget, the Monday night speech in Belmont, you would know fully well that we are in good hands. But the thing of it, if people know the betterment of this country depends on that parliament and the amount of bills that need to be supported for us to move forward, the revenue authority, the whole question of the games bill, and all these things would put our people in a place, listen, well, you know that. You know that. I mean, Sharon, you know. My thing is that we are really encircled by a group of people in that parliament who, number one, they want to disrespect the speaker. That's why I was proud of the speaker when she said, listen, I don't need your support by tongue in the desk because I'm a member of the House.
But you didn't watch the one with the ruler?
No, I didn't see it.
Most disrespectful, and those people were sitting our senator, and they come in the in the lower house now. But thank God the speaker just leave them, yes?
And you see the thing of it, that there are young people out there who want to get into the politics. But when you see on the opposition bench what Kamala Prasad has put there are new people, there are young people, it's ego. But if your ego is, you're guided by a leader who wants you to disrespect the speaker, disrespect the prime minister, then you are on the wrong footing and in the wrong party. And your sense of Trinidad and Tobago, you don't have to oppose everything. You need to fall in line with what we need here for our development. And some of those things depends on you all who are in constituents. Sharon, there are people in constituents who are unemployed. I mean, listen, it's a long story, and thanks for the chance, because my thing is that when you think about the bill and when it is read, it's really revenue for the sake of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and that lady sit down there with 18 other people and say, no, abstain. something wrong with them. But if I end it, there's a thing about the Chamber of Commerce, and I don't want to hit them too hard, but it's so easy for people to say no, open up the country. But nobody would say that the Prime Minister has adopted a great degree of caution and has been doing fine. They will not say economically, if they could form a committee. Just so the Prime Minister form a committee to deal with our issues economically. The Chamber of Commerce need to form committees with people who have money out there to critically analyze those in that industry, the bar and all those places, to see if they too can help. Not everything is the government. And that is why I tell people, speaking on behalf of what you need, it's not always what the government can do. It's what we can do to support those who really come in short in what they're taking as salary and so on. Good program, Sharon. All the best, Wendell. Good to hear you, man. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Caller, good morning.
Good
afternoon.
morning.
Sorry, good afternoon. Sorry.
Mr. Wendell and Ms. Sharon.
Yeah.
When Dr. Rowley was the opposition leader in 2010, despite putting forward the leader of the opposition response to the budget, the PNM voted for the budget.
Every budget.
Right? Because Dr. Rowley said he wanted all about the country going forward and all kind of things. They now come, waste our time in the committees. You ask a set of questions, you make public servants because PS all kind of things has had to sit down in there, and then after you abstain. What going on? It's better you didn't do that and let the thing go through. Right? These people on games, what they're trying to do maybe is try to win the internal election in their party or something, or wherever. The next thing they will do, Mr. Wendell, they will put Duke as a temporary senator. Wait and see.
So wait now. Oh God, he gone. I'm not going to ask him. So what you mean? A Duke, a call, a win for Duke is a win for the UNC. Where you going? Yeah. All right. Trinidad and Tobago, let me end on a good note.
But John, a point he make, we have to look at it, and we're talking about what they intend to do in Parliament. Sean, Parliament is the highest court in the land.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't allow our Parliament to be a fish market. We can't allow our Parliament to become a place where there's bacchanal. Our Parliament is to make laws and for people to understand how their representative and the MP is going to perform. Where the ministers, the prime ministers, have to account to the population of Trinidad and Tobago. When there's questions and answer in time, they want the prime minister to account. When there's questions and answer in time, they want the ministers of various ministries to account. They want the minister of health to account. They want the minister of education to account. Agriculture, right? Minister of energy and energy affairs to account, right? Minister of works, local government, they want to account. And this is the opposition leader who tell the population of Trinidad and Tobago, a former prime minister, the reason why they abstain, they want the government to account for the money that they are spending. Those words should not come out from the opposition leader mouth. Those words should not. Because under her watch was $400 million for life sport. Under her watch, the water to waste beaten project, $1 billion. Where it is today.
Life sport.
Under her watch, a judge said a former minister, under her watch, a cabinet minister, senior cabinet minister, a judge say you have questions to answer to the population of Trinidad and Tobago concerning ENBD. That is under her watch. Under her watch, a junior minister went to tell her went to her and said to her concerning an interchange in Kuwait under her watch. And what she did, that junior minister, she sidelined her. Under her watch, the Solicitor General complained. And what she did, under her watch, a former Attorney General charged not once, but charged on 2 occasions by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Under her watch, a former senator, Senator Ramdeen, appeal court handed down a judgment on him for representing dead people. This is Kamla Prasad Visesa. This is the woman who lead 19 MPs, herself and 18 other MPs, 19 in all, to abstain from the people of Trinidad and Tobago to get goods and services for the fiscal year 2021, where all other quarters was congratulating the Minister of Finance and the budget of 2021. You know why? Because they thought the budget was going to come with a food price gone up, electricity bill gone up, water rate gone up. You know, hear that how the people going home left, right and center. But when they get the shocker and they listen to the 3-hour presentation and they couldn't respond to the budget, because when you listen to the debates after debates by the president, by the MPs, and when you hear the closing up of Thursday, a former ambassador who sits at the United Nations, who's now an MP, going into his second term, could ask what about the embassy in Guyana. All he concerned about the embassy in Guyana. Talk about what about some consulate place in Frederick, not Frederick Street, either George Street or Duke Street, where the government is assisting the Grenadians government, right? But some rent or some kind of thing. That's what they're concerned about. Huh? But he asks, what become of the live sport? Is the investigation finished? We want to know, Minister of National Security. When the Minister of National Security was in front of him, what become of national live sport? What become of the committee stages with certain MPs, and a former senator? Name was called with meeting young leaders. These are things they should account for. These are the things they account for. These are the things they should demand this government to give answers. These are the things they should demand, that when the case we're going to start with Anand Ramlogan, if there are any more charges coming, who are the people? Who thief our money should bring it back? These are the things they're supposed to be demanding. But no, careless and reckless as she is. And you all, Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell all you this, and I've seen it again. We have an opposition leader who was a former prime minister, stand for nothing. And this budget debate was the lowest of all budget. I started following politics in 1986. And I listened to debates after debates after debates. And it's the worst I have ever come to terms with. I don't know how to describe it. When you listen to them, boy, and they're disrespecting the speaker. Disrespecting who is the judge. When you go in a court, you meet a judge. Right? And the judge bring order in a court. He or she. And what we seeing today? These are the take time, and these are the people who we have to say they are opposition MPs. This is the woman I have to say is the opposition leader of Trinidad and Tobago, because she's the opposition leader for me also. But we don't have our opposition. Trinidad and Tobago, we do not have our opposition. When they are going to get serious, I ain't come here for nobody to like me. So long as God love me, I love God. And I will stand up for him any day. And I love Trinidad and Tobago. And I will say it as it is. I will call a spade. Right? And I'm saying it again. God put the right person at the right time to govern Trinidad and Tobago for this next 5 years. And thank God, and I say it again, thank God, he make the population know that I will give you all the prime minister that you all deserve to run the affairs and to manage the time in this economic crisis where the world is facing. And he put Kit Rowley there. Trinidad and Tobago open all their eyes, watch the drama going to come out by this opposition. And we have to do something as a people and let them know they can't come wrong with this nonsense anymore. We must make Trinidad and Tobago be the role model of the Caribbean and for the world by extent.
Thank you very much, Wendell. Well, Trinidad and Tobago, I had planned today, I came here and I planned to play a recording of part of the way forward in Trinidad and Tobago and the positivity. But I just had to go down the road I went down so that we could talk to people. So tomorrow, please God, I'll do that. And I just hope that people understand exactly where we are at this time. And let us practice to do the right things and not allow people to distract us for their own personal gains and benefits. I want to stay alive for as long as I can. But the only how we can do so is to practice the right thing and beg of God to keep us alive. We don't know when our day or time or year will come. So I'm just begging people now. The churches are open. 1 hour service, 50% of the congregation. We can have service 6 in the morning. We can have service 9. We can have service 12. We can have service 3. We can have service 6 again in the evening. We can have 5 services for the day. And we can do this in moderation. We can go to the beaches and we can practice what we're supposed to practice. You go into the water, when you come back out, you put on your mask. Mask is now a way of life for us. It's part of our uniform. And let's practice it. I could tell all you, I did like my little lime and my little outside and thing. But we can't do that. You know that ain't bothering me? That is not bothering me at this time. What is bothering me is people not listening and adhering to the protocols and the rules and the regulation. We need to practice and be perfect. So guys, it's 12:29 p.m. And again, we send belated birthday greetings to our Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Birthday greetings to Elizabeth and all of you celebrating your birthdays today and anniversaries of all of you. But just remember, practice makes perfect. Right. So with that, I know which part I am now, I know. I lost in, oh, all right, I find it back. Well, with that now, all I know, I always say on a Sunday, I will take you down quietly and to smoothen off the thing now. You know, you had a nice, no man, this caller can't be real. This person can't be real at all. You have a nice meal with a little spice and so on a Sunday. You sit down around the table and you have a spicy, nice hot meal and you know to carry down to digest the system. You'll have a nice cup of soursop drink, a little barbadine, a little peanut punch. You know, when I went to Guyana and I had lunch at the president's house with Mrs. Granger, We had, when I say ground food, no added preservatives and so on. We had soursop juice with no milk, the soursop juice, and let me tell you, that thing tastes so different, so good. And all they could say, well, they want about Guyanese people, but they could cook. When I eat every morning breakfast. You just name, you see the pepper pot and the way they just do the vegetables and the bhaji and the this and the that. Oh God. So I just telling all you now. So after all of that, we have to have a digestion. Let me just take these two calls. Caller, good afternoon.
Yes, Mr. Felix. I call this you again. I like how Mr. Wendell said, thank God for putting the Prime Minister at the right time. You see, the budget was balancing. When we're going through this pressure, we put a budget, and it balance. It come like a balance. Pressure, goodness. Miss Kamala Shield, wrath. PNM, love. That is what God is. Wrath and love. When you know God, you will know His wrath. Everything start and end with God. So when people say, it's not God do that, it's man. Who gives man the power, the strength, the essence in his life to do things? God just guides you to say wrong. He also just guides you to do right. You understand? So everything starts and finish with God. When somebody do you wrong, my friend, and you forgive them, you forgive God, and God will forgive you. Right. In forgiveness. Everything starts and ends with God. God put people for 65 years in Nebuchadnezzar. God do a lot. He destroyed you with water. So when people say, it's not God do that, they're wrong. Everything happens, get the power from God to do it. You understand? God works in mysterious ways. I want people to understand that. So when they say you're mixing up God with this, they're wrong. God is the essence of everything. And He's all eyes and all ears. Right now, He's testing us. A visitation of judgment on oneself. My friend, you have a God life.
Thank you very much.
Preach. Shana, before you go, I have to say a happy birthday, belated birthday, right? I know you said yesterday I started happy birthday to the Prime Minister on another frequency, right? Well, I can't come on this frequency and say happy belated birthday to him because he's the Prime Minister for Trinidad and Tobago, which he is my Prime Minister also. Right? So I want to wish him a long life, 71. God has been blessing him. God gives to him is everlasting. God will protect him. God will guide him. And most of all, God love him. So,
that's right.
Happy birthday and enjoy many more to come. And I also had to say a happy birthday to my lover.
Who is the lover?
Cassandra Belfon. Right? She birthday was on the 29th, the 1st of October. Right? So, but she's not in Trinidad anymore. But
she going?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right? But I have to say happy birthday to her. So I can't come on the #1 program where all over the world listening and the world know that, right? So they can't get vexed because
he have a lover.
They can't get vexed so that I can't say this thing all the days of my life. Right?
You're damn right.
So happy birthday.
Own up your thing,
and God bless you to see many more. God will guide you. God will protect you. So enjoy it. I know she's enjoying this whole month for her birthday.
Yes, Mano.
Oh, good. The money done. Hey, Wendell.
Yeah.
You hear how welcome. I know you pay them long time, you know. I know you pay them long time. It's just that you didn't want them people selling them there and all them get to know you pay them, but we know you pay them long time. Hey, Wendell. There is someone talking about some kind of nice food, babadine and mommy sport and sauce punch and all kind of things. And that some people can't even get them nothing. You know what looking up today? My menu today, with peas and rice with some saltfish.
What?
And wash it to wash it down clear.
That is a real good meal.
But as we're going, you think I'm going to spend a big set of money? Christmas coming, you know. Christmas coming and China, and I want to keep, I know in China they go about 4 hams, about 2 turkey and you say so, and Jay go make some dumplings bigger than you. Listen.
All right, I go on. Have a good day. Enjoy it. Bye-bye, Mano. Bye-bye, Mano. Good afternoon to you. Brian, be short and sweet. We're going now.
Yes, I know you have things to do. Listen, good afternoon, Ms. Felix. Good afternoon, Wendell.
Good afternoon.
I just wanted to highlight some of the things that were said about Tobago in the budget by the opposition. I thought you would have touched on that. Then they wanted to know why it is they were getting so much money for advertising and why so much money and why this and why that. And the audacity of the political leader of the opposition to indicate that they won the elections in Trinidad because they didn't run in Tobago, as if Tobago is not part of Trinidad.
Oh, she wouldn't, boy, she shouldn't talk about that, and her agent Watson is there.
I hope Tobagonians were listening to that because just now is election, so that she doesn't care about you all. Finally, Wendell, just in case you're about to resume your commentary, hold on. There's if you look behind you, you will notice somebody is missing. But I have a note from them, and they said they're going to be slightly late, but they will be there shortly. Because they were kept back since a closed commentary last week. 2 persons kept them back going over his score sheet and the other score sheet that them have. And checking the run. So he kind of tired and he didn't get much sleep. He went to bed very late on Friday. So he's on his way, right? That is the scorer now.
Yes.
You know, 2 people, two batsmen, Hunt and Naked with the score sheet and comparing figures and so on. And they wanted all the documentary and so on. And poor fella, he didn't get to leave there until Friday. Go on. This Friday, I'm talking about a whole week there. He's a little sleepy, but he's coming up to keep the score.
All right.
So give him a few minutes, please, now.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
So he was under some little pressure now.
Brian.
You know, going over the figures. So excuse him a bit. Okay, thank you all very much.
Brian, thank you very much. Yeah, thanks, Brian. Thanks.
Okay. All everybody have a good day. Everybody, all listeners and callers. Don't worry, you can start just now, but the scorer coming just now. Give him a few minutes. Right here, a hard week. Okay.
Chance they're locked on.
Shall the place? Shall the place? Tell her we shall the place. Tell her we shall the place. Time to shall the place. Time to shall the place. Tell her we shall the place. Tell her we shall the place.
Yes. We are back after lunch. Bright and sunny day here at the Queen's Park Oval, and we could see the Carib Beer stand and the Trini Pussy stand. The crowd are there, really getting on. You can see the dancing, the excitement. And as we see now, Keith Rowley heading with his team, he's the captain, back onto the field. And we're going to see for the batsman for the UNC just now. But Sharon, while we was on lunchtime, and I look at the Caribbean stand, and then I look at the dressing room, and I look at the UNC dressing room, and I see Kamala with her face worried. So the captain for the UNC, a bit worried because she was the last person she got run out by Colin Imbert. The sharp delivery she starts to get she trying to take, and Colin Imbert, who was patrolling the covers, dashing and make sure all the stumps rooted out of the ground. And then I noticed a guy, I don't know if it's Tabakit was peeping behind, it looked like if Sobers. Yes, I see Sean Sobers because he have his bat, and I see this was in Nabila Green. Yes, both of them. I don't know who it is coming in.
That is the Sandy Grande.
Yes, one of them. I don't know who it is coming in. Green or thing. But I noticed Tabakit peeping. I don't know what he peeping at, but he's somewhere behind Sobers, and I see one person came and joined Tabakit. I don't know what role he playing in part of the UNC camp. is Gerard Ramdeen, and then I noticed Kamala is having a little chat with Anand Ramlogan. I don't know what she discussing with Anand Ramlogan, but this was something else. I don't know, but I noticed those three persons there, and Tabaki, and I noticed what is his name? Is Stacey Ramona? Yes, Stacey Ramona. Yes, I noticed she distances herself from Suraj Rambachan.
Oh God!
I don't know why, but I look at all these things, but I see the team, the field is set. Yes, Kit Rowley set the field. Yeah, he set his field, and when you look at it, you have a mid-on, a mid-off, right? That is to stop the straight drive. You have a third man and a fine long leg, right? And that's to stop the edge ball. And then you have an extra cover and a mid-wicket, and that is to stop the wider drive by the thing. And then after making the way into the wicket is Sean Sobers. Yes, Sean Sobers. And he's making the way into the wicket. And joining him is the Nayaba Green. Yeah, so both coming in after lunch, and Sean Sobers, no relationship to the great Gary Sobers. Right, so I just want you all to know, because some people might think if he related to Gary Sobers, who is the great West Indies all-rounder, and still one of the great West Indies all-rounder, to know that Brian Lara, that great Brian Lara stadium that the government make sure that they spend 90 million to put it back into operation, where they had a cost, they said with a cost over $200-something million. And what a great captain he was. He make sure that he completed with 90 million and is now world-class standard where you come to T20 cricket and the world is enjoying. And so this is a field that's set, and we see that also going back to the start with, yes, we zoom in, we see Sinanan, yes, he's jumping up. He's a wicket keeper. He's jumping up. As I wonder who it is going to bowl now. Who it is going to? Oh, we're going to see a left arm orthodox bowler. Yeah, left arm orthodox bowler. So Kit Rowley, he using his bowlers very, very good. And I see he threw the ball to who is it? Yes, it's Rambarat. Yes.
Clarence
Rambarat, yes. He threw the ball to Clarence Rambarat. And Clarence Rambarat now taking his mark, he taking 4 steps, and he's a right-arm orthodox bowler, and he will be bowling to, it's Sean Sobers. Sobers will be taking the first strike. After we don't know the scores, 3 wickets down already, no runs on the board, right? What excitement. People in the Caribbean on the toes. We hear in the Tasta, the Lavantil rhythm section. What a confusion. Oh God, what an atmosphere here at the Queen's Park Oval. So those who are at home listening via the transistor, the little pocket radio and the radio at home, and who watching on Facebook and who watching live on television, the place is really, really, really excited here at the Queen's Park Oval. And in comes Clarence Rambarat now. As he passes the returning officer and bowls to Sobers. Sobers come forward defensive, push it back down the pitch. So Rambarat take it up and field. So Rambarat watching on that. I think Rambarat is moving around his slips. Yes, and I think he calling in Kit Rowley, who is the captain. He telling him to come a little wider, close to the wicketkeeper, close to Sinanan. So we have a slip, a mid-off, a leg slip, extra cover, Colin Imbert, who patrolling the extra cover again, who do a fine job in rooting the stumps out of Kamla Prasad Visasa. In comes Clarence Rambarat now. Passes the returning officer and bowl to Sobers, and Sobers try to drive and he misses, and the ball went straight into the hands of Sinanan. Sinanan appeal, but the umpire returning officer wasn't interested, so he threw back the ball to Clarence Rambarat. Rambarat polished the ball, he looking on, and I think he's calling Fitzgerald Hines to move a little more to the long off boundary. Yes, to the long off boundary, yes. And yes, and I think he's making adjustment again. He moving Camille from second slip, and he putting Camille now to extra cover. And I see calling in Penny Beckers. Yes, he bringing Penny Beckers close up to the bat. So something is wrong. I see Penny Beckers call for the helmet from the umpire because she going in a close-up position to the batsman. So Sobers, we don't know what ball Clarence Rambarat is going to bowl his third ball. In comes Clarence Rambarat, he passes the umpire and bowl to Clarence, and he edges it. Oh God, what a beautiful save by Kit Rowley. Kit Rowley throwing himself to the left. It was a ball that take the outside edge. He kind of run away to the bunkie, but he dived for him, making sure that he take it with one hand, save that ball. And he take up the run, and then he throw it back to the wicketkeeper Sinanan, and then Sinanan toss it to Penny, who had closer play better than Penny, toss it back down to Clarence Rambert, and Clarence walk back slowly to his bowling mark, and he's going to come with a 4th ball. In come Clarence Rambert and will pass this return off and bowl to Sobers, and Sobers come forward. He bowled him! What a beauty! What a beauty! That was a beauty! Sobers come forward defensive. The ball brings him through the button pad, taking that middle stump out of the ground, and we see Kid Rowley running, jumping, all in joy to hook up Clarence Rambert. We now return you back to the studio, and we will come back to our master control. You have to take the goal.
What a way to end the show. Listen. Oh, God. Mommy.
Well, it's only PNM people that get it right. It's only PNM people that get it right. When they say,
yes.
When they're me, but you know, Papa.
Good.
When they say, who you bowl? Who's the last person that bowl?
Sean Sobers just get bored.
Next
week,
next week you can continue it.
yes. Before I come out. Well, Sharon, could you tell me exactly who is the financial person financing the PSA election? Honestly. And Wendell, I see my boy, St. Vincent have an election just now, sometime is next month or something like that.
Yeah, right. We studied this cricket right here. Share it live.
Hey, call up morning. Come in, good afternoon.
Mr. Wendell?
Yeah.
You're good. Doctor only get a good gift. That's a good gift for your birthday, boy. Yes, I love it. Out, and there are many more to your house. Yes. Good. All of you so safe. Great falling. But there's nothing they can't keep back no cricket. Right? So, are they already so safe? And well good. They're telling you you're good, boy. Commentator? Oh, yes, thank your name.
Caller, good afternoon.
Oh God, Wendell, I jump up in the north in the country, stand on the tail, I fall down and all kind of things. I walk by. Oh God, the north stand jumping up and rocking, boy. The north man just says nuts all about. Oh good. Ay. People take off the jersey and tilt it up in the air.
Oh gosh, all nice. Brother still in.
Morning, Shady Light. Wendell.
Yeah.
Shady Light, boy. Jesus Christ, that's how it can be done until next week.
Somebody say
that's how it can be done until next week when
this now, Brother Sterling. Somebody said the umpire approaches Kamala and declares that she's out. No match, no play. She walks to the pavilion with a plant-like substance in her mouth.
What up here? Ready live.
Only I'm a week here. Oh God. Hey, caller, good afternoon.
John, Wendell.
Yes.
My God. John, I tried to find the keys to get in. Wendell?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What thing you doing? I'm visioning, I'm oval. And everything you making, I'm visioning in real. Wendell?
Yeah.
I might van here, and I driving up the lady young, and I in a dream world, envisioning Kamaket, Bull, Dr. Rowley, hugging up as a rat, everything.
Bull, you pull a beauty of a ball, boy.
Wendell,
He good.
you know why you only vote for the PNM, eh? So I go up next time as time. I forgot.
All right. Overseas caller.
Sharon, good afternoon.
Malcolm.
Well, I listened to Wendell. Wendell, you train under Rafi Knowles, my brother. The only thing you didn't give me there, Wendell, is you didn't give me the composition of the sky. If it was cloudy, overcast, maybe next week it might get a little overcast.
Yeah, very.
But you sound like Rafi there, but Rafi knows. Anyhow, let me say good afternoon to everybody. I ain't calling no name, Mr. Puna, Mommy Sauce.
No, saying calling
no
no
name. Mr. Much, everybody, good afternoon. Keep it up. I listen. Jam them. According to the man, you all have to get now with your PNM party card. Sharon, you better hook him up.
I'm hooking him up. Don't worry.
All right. You don't take it easy. I'm locked on and listening.
All right. Mr. Chance?
Wendell, share it live. Share it live. Listen, Wendell, everybody happy. All who sit down around me happy. But you know that fella get up very, very, very sad. He named Sipa Sad. And he said if the match is played south, the PNM will never win. He said if the match is played south, the PNM will never win.
All of the if you head with them section right now.
All right, so Trinidad and Tobago, we have to leave it, This is where we come to an end. The show is over. Let me take one more call. Caller, good afternoon.
You may have played that for me, You may have played that the season right with Saltfish. Oh, but me play that football, man. If I want to know what's all I know is to play football, man, then they will laugh. God. Mommy thought you don't go.
Oh, God.
Mommy thought you sell out.
Hello.
Wendell paying the first month dues for you, eh? On the 1st of November, so make sure you go and sign up the people. You hear me, Wendell?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, good. Okay. I say I ain't taking no more calls, but oh, God, plain easy. Yes, darling, Pfizer bad.
Oh, God, Wendell?
Yeah.
You nearly made me burn up my hand here. Jesus Christ, I seeing the people, I seeing the ball coming, I seeing the people running, and I seeing the people jumping up. That is the best. You're good for so much. You're good. Well, you find a job for him, eh? You are the best commentator. You are. I love it. Well, you reach home safe, eh? Bye-bye.
All right, darling. All right, guys, this is where we have to leave it. Oh, gosh, only I can't take no more calls. I'm going to take this last one. Caller, quick, good afternoon.
I had to be quick. You see why I had to cook early? I put on the food twice, Wendell. You wouldn't see that in the dictionary.
All right. Caller, quickly.
I now put on the radio. I hear to giving you over.
We're gone. All right, guys, so this is where we leave it. Talk to you tomorrow morning. Please, God, be gone, be safe. All your mask. We out of here.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us.
The Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Join concerned public officers live each and every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 8:45 a.m. on The Street 919 FM as they discuss relevant issues plaguing members of the PSA under the no democracy, no accountability, no audited financial accounts, no transparency in the financial affairs of the PSA. Say no to Watson Duke on November 23rd. Vote for Mr. Curtis Cuffey, the presidential candidate of concerned public officers. Concerned public officers, defenders of truth and integrity, bringing back democracy to the PSA. Vote Curtis Cuffey for president of the PSA and his entire team of loyal and committed members on November 23rd in the PSA general elections.
Frame Festival is on at Value Optical. See 2020 in 2020. That's right, folks. The biggest eyewear event is back. Featuring 5 trendy designer brands. Get up to a whopping 30% off your complete specs when combined with Transitions, Apex digital lenses, and Supernova anti-reflective coating. Plus, enter to win trendy swag items to complete your look with each purchase. Come on, let your eyes do the talking this season. Special conditions apply. See in-store and online for more details. Promotion approved by NLCB. See 2020 in 2020. Value Optical, caring for your eye.
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Sheet 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
The United Public Officers will be live on the Street 919 FM this and every Monday from 10:15 a.m. to 10:35 a.m. as they discuss matters of the PSA under the current administration and the way forward. On November 23rd, say no to Watson Duke and put your ex by the star at the PSA general elections. Vote for Oral Saunders of the United Public Officers for president. United Public Officers restore, rebuild, and revive. Remember, on November 23rd, put your ex by the star and join the winning team.
Keeping your micro, small, or medium-sized business connected is more important than ever. Whether it's in the office, in the waiting room, or between the aisles, there is a solution for you. Keep yourself and your customers online with unlimited internet and Wi-Fi access, and get 24/7 technical support. With a personalized account manager, there's always someone to advise you as your business grows and your needs change. Starting from $199 per month, pay a year in advance and get 3 months absolutely free with our convenient online and offline payment options.
I
So
hear
don't
a
wait.
ponging on me door, darling. Who you looking for? This is Kenny G, and I'm inviting you to my virtual Christmas performance on Saturday the 31st of October 2020 from 8 p.m. in the comfort of your homes with family and friends. Streaming on Facebook at Iwer George and YouTube, on Iwer TV and Instagram at Iwer George. Feel free to make a donation. I want me brush, neighbor. Give me brush, neighbor.
We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. And now we mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over.
Some of them give you love today and tomorrow they breed hate. Well, it's King David representing for Trinidad and Tobago, and I'm taking this time to invite you to tune in live to Onstage TV. Iwer thing, you know what I say? We'll be streaming this show live on Facebook under Neil Iwer George. Also, you can catch it on YouTube, Iwer TV, and Instagram at Neil Iwer George. Yo, don't forget, at King David 8682, you know, we're going live and we're going on stage. This Sunday, 25th of October, we're going from 8 p.m. Tell a friend, check out the PayPal, donate, go fun. Let's do this together. Bless King David. She's soft like a candle in the wind. That's why Iowa is she king.
Iowa says no good again. Hey, cause we come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. And now we mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. We come to mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. Song is sweeter. I love the bass and guitar. I want parang forever. Yes, my friend invited me to a parang party. It was an all-inclusive soca parang party. And when I reached there, music at me leisure. I fell in love with the bass and
Everybody happy. Like Papi Lord, glad when it's Christmas time, glad when it's Christmas time. To the ghost tree they're going, the whole house they're painting, some sewing and cooking. Since July the wine set, the quattro start to echo. Ah, it's a boy Daddy Chinese, aka the crossover artist, aka the Parangdero. And here we're going on. You can catch me live in the Parang Jam, one-on-one on Iowa stage, 8 p.m., 7th of November, streaming live on my Facebook page, Ricardo Melville, yes, my government name, on Instagram at Daddy Chinese, and on Facebook at Neil Iowa George, also on YouTube on Iwer TV, and Instagram at Iowa George. Tell a friend.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwer George, Facebook Neil Iwer George, and YouTube Iwer TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Close enough to naked in black.
Prince George, do this back electrify. This one is a different kind of chop chop. This one is a different kind of chop chop. It's time for me to get madder. Time for me to get madder. Time for me to get madder. Oil and pin more than water. Snake and a bucket of frog. You ever play job with a big chain and bottle of grog? You get in a from selfish in your mouth. You know what we talking about. Watch out, job to take over sound. This one is a different kind of chop chop. This one is a different kind of chop chop. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. Oil and pin more than water. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Hey, it's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. Oil and pin more than water. How you go free the powder? How you go free the paint? How you go free the chop chop? The chop chop inside we vein. How you go free the powder? How you go free the paint? If you catch the fever, not the chop chop in the area. Jump up with your people. Jump up, this is chop chop people. Jump up with your people. Jump up, this is chop chop people. Wave your hand if you're able. Jump up, this is chop chop people. Wave it, wave it. Let me go, let me go. This is the time. The chop chop have no place to stay when it's carnival time. The chop chop all in your place. This one is a different kind of chop chop. This one is a different kind of chop chop. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. Oil and pin more than water. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Oh yeah yeah yeah. Hey, it's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. It's time for me to get madder. Oil and pin more than water. Energy kings of soca. Real charge. Oh yeah 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 yeah. Cha cha cha. Tell you cha cha cha. I miss you cha cha. And now we jump up, jump up, jump up. Let me go and set a jump up with your people. Jump up with your chop chop people. Jump up with your people. Jump up with your chop chop people. Wave up with your people. Wave up with your chop chop people. Jump up, jump up. Uber, tell you to get people. I tell you we chop chop people. Never.